Let us know when we're live, Jake. No, see, this time we got it. That's so we always mess it up. So I had to mess it up first on purpose, so then it's not a mess up. Hello, welcome to Changeling Dreaming Across New York. This is a special epilogue episode benefiting WAVA. Did I say it right, Shar?
Yeah, you got it. Smooth sailing.
Yeah,
Jake, Bunny, and Dix are reversed, which I think is pretty funny, actually. If you
No, I think we're in the right place. This is where I was meant to be.
This is an epilogue episode following up to the Changeling the Dreaming 4-shot we did right here on QueueTimes. But if you didn't see that story, you should go back and watch it because it's objectively incredible. These people are just living dumpster fires. But you don't need to know too terribly much about that story to enjoy what we're going to do here today. I will say, however, Changeling the Dreaming is set in the world of darkness, which is the same continuity as Vampire the Masquerade, Werewolf the Apocalypse, Wraith the Oblivion, Mage the Ascension, and some other games that you might have heard of. In general, Changeling is a bit brighter than those games, but it is still the world of darkness. Think Pan's Labyrinth in terms of vibe, maybe with a little bit of Hellboy the Golden Army set in modern day New York. It is the world you know right now, today, that our characters find themselves in. But before we dive too terribly deeply into this, I would like to invite our guest, Shar, to say a little bit about this charity and what it is that we're here doing today.
Yeah, for sure. So thankfully, QueueTimes is participating in Streaming for Survivors, which is WAVA Rape Crisis Center's first online event where we are trying to raise a collective amount of $10,000 to support survivors of sexualized violence. And WAVA, we are a nonprofit that serves all transgender, two-spirit, non-binary, anyone with a gender minority experience that has been assaulted with sexual violence. We do hospital accompaniments, we do police court accompaniments, we have a 24/7 worldwide crisis line that anyone can call at any time to receive support. And we also have counseling, of course, one-on-one counseling and group therapy. So our one-on-one counseling waitlist right now for free counseling is over 2 years long because so many survivors need our services. So we're hoping that banding together with different streamers, YouTubers, all sorts of online content creators, we can raise enough money to have that number be drastically lowered.
I will say, if you know, I do a lot of charity work. I'm fortunate to be able to get to do this to help some people. There's been many times in my life I did not have an extra $5 to donate to something. So as you see these numbers start flying around, hopefully you'll see these numbers start flying around. Just any bit counts. Every single dollar all adds up. It all helps. You can signal boost, you can retweet, you can let people know what's going on. All of that is still contributions to the war effort, and we appreciate every single bit of it.
Yeah.
Anything else, Char? What are we giving away? We should let them know what's in it for them, because not only are you doing it out of the goodness of your heart, but also their swag.
Get stuff. Yeah.
So please.
Jake, did you want to talk about this or do you want me to do it?
Why don't you talk about all the fun things we're going to give away, and we'll do two. If we get to $1,000 today, we'll do two dice giveaway for the first half. If we get past that, I'll bug Diana for more. How's that sound?
Yeah, thanks, Diana.
Consider me bugged.
But so today we have Hit Point Press is partnering with us, giving away their Big Bad, one of their free Big Bad PDFs. Anyone that donates, regardless if it's $1, if it's $100, you get a free Big Bad PDF, which includes how to role play the character, plot hooks, all their actions, all their legendary moves, everything. Super amazing. Thank you so much to Hit Point Press. D&D Beyond has also partnered with us to provide some Cortex core rule books. We have 2 of those to give away, I think, today over both of our streams with QueueTimes. And of course, we have many D&D Beyond dice packs as well, digital dice, and the lovely physical dice as well from Diana.
Perfect. So it's funny because I'm like, I'm waiting for you to continue while I'm tumbling this around in my head. Now, so you guys know, we many times we've allowed donations to affect the campaign, up to and including killing everyone, which I have done before, and some of these beautiful people have been on the receiving end of. I mean, you guys know I'll do it. I would rather not kill these beautiful changelings. So we'll say every $500 that we manage to raise over the course of this stream, something interesting will happen. I'll just put it like that. I'll give you $500 benchmarks. Something interesting will happen. Now, with that being said, on with our story. So let's first get our introductions here. Of we've been talking to you a little bit already, Shar. So you're our visitor here. Who are you, and who are you playing today?
Yes. Hi, I'm Shar. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm the Grants and Major Gifts Coordinator at WAVA. So happy to be a guest here today. And I'll be playing Blina. She is a Selkie. She's one with the sea. She really loves to travel everywhere, make some deep connections with people. But, the sea is her true love. So she always gets called back every now and then. And very excited to be seeing Harlow today and her new friends.
Excellent. Noura?
Hi, everyone. I'm Noura Ibrahim, also known as Neurological, and I play a character named Harlow Jinx. She is a puka, and so naturally, as a puka, she appears, as a flamingo with full-on peacock feathers. Very happy to be back with everyone, and super excited to see my old friend Blina from our band that we had back in the day.
I realize I'm ambushing you with this, and I'll give you two a second to talk amongst yourselves, but I'm gonna need to know the name of the band.
Oh, Pixie Fire.
Pixie Fire and the Pussycats.
Yeah. Because Harlow, of course, as the singer, needs the cat action on there.
Pixie Fire and the Pussycats. I'm for it. Okay. Mason?
Yeah. Hey, everybody. My name is Mason Dula. Today I am playing Dix, and he's a Pisky, and I like to steal stuff. And sometimes I got to stop myself from stealing stuff through extreme measures, but maybe today I won't have that problem unless B. Dave is feeling especially cruel.
What do you mean if? Diana?
Hello, I'm Diana. I'll be Bunny. Your favorite Satyr Top 1% only fonts, now available in Sky Mall near you. Go get your bunny bot.
That is true. Bunny's made a lot of money in the time since
I'm fucking loaded.
Listen, I have a bunny bot. I will profess it is worth every penny.
Carlo, that's just me. It's not a bot.
That's why there was two of you. All right. That makes sense.
Just
All
more
right.
to enjoy.
Normally got to pay extra for that. Yep.
Right.
Emily?
Hi, everyone. I'm Layne Floyd. I am playing Gwyneth, the she. In my world, knowledge is power, and sometimes I use knowledge to maybe start a war. I'm not sure. We're going to find out.
Yeah, maybe overthrow the patriarchy. Yeah, maybe. And last but certainly not least, Justus.
Hey everybody, my name is Justus. I am one half of the team at Bard and Barbarian, and today I'm playing Dugan. I'm a Naka, and I'm a really cool genius in stuff, and I've gone around while I've been sitting here and fixed pretty much everything in this place. It's all much better.
It's worse. Now it's worse. Great. Awesome. For the sake of those of you that may not have seen the story, I will not spoil it by telling you what it is our brave changelings were able to uncover and share with the changeling community at large. I will simply say it was, shall we say, volatile information. In the weeks that have passed since then, you all have been beset by invitations to come and meet with this lord or that lady, now that you all are very influential people and everybody knows your names and you're all the words that are on the tip of everyone's lips are what you shared with the world. But what came along with that also was people that didn't necessarily want their secrets shared, that didn't necessarily want the old way of doing things upset. Circus Lupus still very much on the tail of you, Dugan, to find a way to get underground into Goblin Town and free their families. And it became quickly apparent to you all that nowhere was safe, either from the attention and the paparazzi or outright violence. And there was really only one place you could think of that you could go that no one could get to you, which was the Axis. In New York, there is a club that is neutral territory for everyone. They can come in as long as they behave. Everybody is allowed to freely come and go. Bunny already had a suite there, which has now been extended to annex multiple adjacent suites. So Bunny has a wing of the club now.
The cleaning crew comes daily now too.
Hourly, Bunny. They come hourly. Yeah.
Thank God.
No,
Yeah.
Never mind.
Right. It's getting a little sticky in there. The Axis, when you come in at the beginning, it looks like a very upscale bar, maybe cigar lounge. And past that, there is a glass retaining wall with a large dance floor that you all have now seen that the style and the ambiance of the club changes on occasion. Usually it looks like it is a rave with like lights going on and flashing, but on occasion you've seen grand balls with hanging crystal chandeliers inside. You see, I know that face. Yes.
I didn't even say anything that time.
Just I know that face. Nope.
Bunny, you say it with your eyes.
That's true. You do say it with your eyes. Yes. In all manner of other soirees. You might recall there is an art exhibit that would be probably the pride and joy of a private collector, perhaps maybe like a small museum that holds many relics that in and of themselves don't necessarily seem like they would be that valuable. Just a single vase, a hair comb, paintings from artists that may not be very well known. Gwyneth in particular made the association of the caretaker of this wing of the Axis, who is, she normally just manifests as a ghost, as a usually rather forlorn woman in a long flowing white gown, who up until now, even after all this time that you've spent together, is very evasive when you try and find out who she is. And she always tells you it's because essentially she doesn't think you'll want to be her friend anymore if you knew who she was. The rest of you, there is a large sweeping archive of a library in one of the lower levels of the club as well. And as you've explored, you find not every possible manner of hedonism available, Harlow. As you've gone through a lot of gambling, games of chance, and even there's fighting pits for people that want to settle duels.
I've seen it all.
Literally. All of it. And it's almost like the farther you go, the club never quite runs out. However, you all do know deep in the basement, it was revealed to you there is a portal under there to a place that none of you want to go anytime soon. You are by no means prisoners in the Axis. You have been extended what's the word I'm looking for when somebody you have to come and like you need somebody. Asylum. That's the word I'm looking for, which is funny because that's the name of another vampire club. You all essentially have been granted asylum. You could leave whenever you want. You just know it's probably better for you to stay camped out inside. And with that, let us start with you, Dix. Over these past few weeks in a club that has anything, what has Dix been up to?
So I think for the most part, I've been trying to lay low, but I get really bored easy and I keep grabbing things. So in order to seclude myself more properly, I've been bothering Dugan, who is now my best friend almost at this point because, I saved him from werewolves. And, we've been playing. He made us a console out of something. Dugan, what'd you make a console out of?
Oh, yeah, I took one of Bunny's fuck machines and I turned it into one of those, what do they call them, a Place 5 or something like that?
Yeah. So I've been mainly playing the Place, like all good little boys do, and I keep keeping my nose out of things. Been mainly trying to stay in the room, and it's been all good.
Dix, hang on. I do want to hear more, but I need to point out early that one of the things about the knockers, especially for you all who aren't familiar with changelings, these are all different kinds of fae, essentially. And each one of them has a specific personal drawback, something that is wrong with them. Dix, as a Pisky, I won't say suffers because he doesn't necessarily feel bad about it. Kleptomania. It is hard for Dix not to take things. Dugan, on the other hand, is what is called a knocker. Knockers can create literally anything, but there is always something wrong with it. There is an unfixable flaw with the device. So, Dix, what is the problem with the Place 5 that Dugan created for us?
Yeah, so the longer you go, like it's subtle at first, but it is constantly like transmitting a low electrical charge into the controller. And the longer you play, it eventually like just like you get one of those numbers and he has to reset it like constantly.
You all are amateurs.
It's built. It's like that Netflix thing. Are you still playing? It's just one of those built-in things.
I thought the vibrating function in that was intentional.
Now, Gwyneth, are you around?
Unfortunately, yes.
Do you see Dugan? Did he get lost in the rafters and stuff again? Like, where'd he go?
He is. I'm not that concerned about him not being here. I'm being quite honest.
Well, I need him to fix the place. I got to the last level and then it starts shocking me again. So like I can't. Like I tried really hard. He said just to grin and like just to grip as hard as I could and press the buttons, but he kept getting worse. So like,
I'm not sure you're using that as it was intended to be used.
Speaking of, who is Gwyneth, by the way? Who are you and who is she?
Wait, what?
No, we're into your introduction for you.
Yes, well, I've always had such a busy social calendar. I'm in high demand in a lot of places, and we've had to lay low. I've been trying to take this time for some me time. That's not really a thing I've ever experienced before. Just staying in the club, exploring the far corners of it, not checking my calendar or my emails or my messages. And it's fine. I'm fine with that. I'm absolutely fine with the fact that I have no commitments, no one expecting me anywhere, and I've been cut off. It's dead. It does nothing.
Gwyneth, why are you talking out loud to yourself like that? Nobody's watching anymore.
If I don't talk out loud, I might forget what my voice sounds like.
Should I go get a ball gag? We have all sizes.
Listen, the me time has led to some introspection, and that is an epiphany, if you will. I'm not good at me time. I don't know what to do with it.
I could show you.
That is an important point of clarification, Gwyneth. One of the last things you did before unleashing this information out into the world was after her repeated advances, you did finally kiss Bunny, Gwyneth. In the time since, not to put a lady on the spot, but have you spent any more time in Bunny's chambers, or was that sort of a temporary experience for Gwyneth?
Well, I would say after that experience, after the events of our last experience died down, I definitely would have gone to Bunny's chambers to make sure she was all right with the sudden kiss that I did not exactly ask consent for, but just grabbed her and pulled her in. It's quite unlike me.
We didn't do a lot of talking.
No, that's true.
Bunny, again, now with your growing entertainment empire, shall we say, as your devices have become available, what has Bunny been up to these past few weeks?
Well, since Bunny Bot got released, I made a lot of money, and I became a very prominent figure in the internet. So I got myself a publicist who, very nice. She said I need to be more friendly and less perverse. And approachable. Those are the terms she used. She's very, very nice. She's very, very good at what she does. She's great in bed. I love my publicist. But yeah, I got really rich.
I don't know that she's giving you the best brand advice though, Bunny, to tell you the truth, but that's okay. That's okay.
What do you mean?
I mean,
everyone knows who I am. You can find my videos everywhere.
I'm just saying, maybe your occasional meanness was part of your charm. That's all.
Oh, I'm still mean to the dirty, filthy humans. They deserve it.
Ha! Perfect.
Yeah.
Speaking of dirty, filthy, and mean, Dugan. What is?
I resemble those remarks.
How has Dugan been occupying himself over these past few weeks?
Yeah, there's a lot of things to do in this place. It goes on forever. And first I made that there play place for old Dix there. And sometimes I play around on it with him. He doesn't like the games I made. So I'm working on that. Contrails and lots of in space adventures. But I've never been to space, so I don't know. They don't maybe speak to realism. Anyway, but I noticed that there was a problem with the air ducts and the air conditioning and the heating system, so I fixed that. And then I started working on all the security cameras. I really think it's important that security cameras see into all dimensions. So I made sure that they could do that. And I cut my hair off because I figured it more tactical this way. I didn't want to have antennae up there so that werewolves could grab onto it or something like that. Basically, I've just been making myself useful around here. People overlook the importance of making sure that the materials are up to spec. And so any bunny bot that came through, I would try to get my hands on and get a little couple extra modifications on there.
Don't you touch them.
Well, no, not when you're watching, of course.
I've already been to 3 lawsuits because of you.
I don't know what a lawsuit is. I kind of just don't worry about those type of things. It's easier that way. If you just mostly if you ignore a problem, it either gets worse or goes away.
So 2 things that I didn't mention, especially for those of you that are new to joining us. Satyrs, like what Bunny is, are very passionate, sensual creatures. But their drawback is that passion can get the best of them on occasion, and they kind of fly off the handle at times when they're just sort of unable to even. And the she, Arcadian she, in particular, like what Gwyneth is, have a really hard time around ugly things and banality. And when things get too just down to earth and concrete and grimy, it's especially hard for her.
Yes, like me time. I'm not sure why everyone's all about it. I'm not liking it.
So also, Gwyneth, again, there's a fatal flaw with Dugan's modifications to the cameras, which do see through all dimensions now, which is useful when you have people that can be in this establishment that exist on other planes of existence. But what is wrong with the cameras, Gwyneth?
When someone from another dimension shows up, it looks like a VTuber. Like they're replaced by a cartoon avatar. That is the most ridiculous. It's so hard to take it seriously. Just total
Just like-
mascot mode.
Just kawaii cats walking around in the club on the camera.
Some the most dangerous beings from other planes of existence show up as like pink kawaii hamsters.
Absolutely perfect. It's a feature, not a bug, though, right, Dugan? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's all the things. I put it there for a reason.
Harlow. How's Harlow been occupying herself during this time?
Oh, well, I thoroughly destroyed that play place on several occasions. You know what? I think I might have added to the electrical problems by marking my territory in some places, but nobody needs to know that. Also, thoroughly enjoying the indoor Jello pool. And also, don't tell Gwyneth that the spa water, not exactly all spa water at this point. However, being as how I, thoroughly checked the place out, and I am a little bored, and so I had to, let my creative outlets. And so I've been trying to experiment with this new tattoo concept I've been trying to come up with. But in order to do that, I was doing that with body paint. And so I've been freelancing as a face painter at kids' parties. And so, when you cross your eyes and you kind of see a different picture, I've been doing that. But then when they cross their eyes, it's all swear words all over kids' faces. It's been great.
Again, a feature, not a bug. Harlow, one day while you are up near the front of the bar, you see Higgins, the maitre d', approaching you. He looks like a 50-something man, immaculately dressed in a maitre d's uniform, and he walks up to you and he's like, Miss Harlow, I hate to disturb you, but it seems you have a guest.
Oh, hey, Higgs. Looking sharp, by the way. You said a guest?
Yes. Gladys said she's at least 43% sure she's not here to murder you.
Oh, all right. Well, it's a little early for the guests I usually have, but maybe they're one of Bunny's that have, from escaping from the morning.
Yes. Oh, yes. We already knew we took all kinds here at the Axis, but since you all have joined us, there's more kinds than we knew of. Yes. She says something about being in a band with you, something about pixies and pussycats.
No way. No way.
No, that is what she said. Yes.
Oh, lead the way, because if it's Blina, I am just gonna mess myself.
Right when you say that, he just says, of course. And the doors to the front of the club just open. No one's near them. Just right when he nods and says, of course, the doors open up and there is a person standing there. What does Blina look like?
Blina she's got a blue bob, a corgi pug mix tucked under her arm that in the dreaming world is really like an otter that can fly around with her selfie wave. But in the real world, just this like really gross, small, sniffling dog. She's got huge glasses. She has like intricate tattoos along the side of her chin that in the dream world are part of her gills, and she's just in a black cardigan, jeans, like combat boots, and she's got a camera strapped around her neck.
There you see, sitting by the bar, your old friend Harlow.
Hi, Harlow. And I rush in, put Sam on the ground, who like scampers and starts like sniffing around her feet.
I just tackle hug, wrap my tail around.
How have you been?
Oh my God, I've been really good. A lot of weird things going on, and I kind of hang out with some very interesting people. I love them all to death, but sometimes they're really weird, but you're going to love them. I can't wait to introduce you. We're kind of been laying low here for a bit. But what brings you here?
That is one other thing that I need to insert. Harlow is a pisky, which means she is unable to truthfully answer a direct question.
Puka.
Oh, Puka. Sorry, Puka.
But, you know, a Pisky.
Do you have new ink? What is this? And I'm like gesturing to your arms.
Oh, this old thing. Oh, no, this has been here forever and ever.
Oh,
It's been
okay.
there for like a
Yeah.
week.
Great.
You like it? I'm kind of
love.
working on some new concepts.
I love. And your vocal tone. You've been continuing your singing lessons for sure.
Oh, totally. I've been trying to improve my vocalizations because, everybody always loved me as a singer. It was their favorite thing. And so I've been working with the vocal coach. And so I was trying so hard not to keep being squeaky all the time. But I try. It's because I'm excited. And so I try to bring it down a little bit. But I'm going to try my best.
It's
I'm
really
just really
working.
excited to see you.
Really working. I can tell the difference, Maybe we'll have a reunion band concert,
I'm not quite meowing all the time.
Mm-hmm. But that's my favorite part. Can't get rid of the meows.
Oh, no, they'll pop up in the right place.
Bunny, as you are making your way up here to the front of the club so that you can have your chambers freshened and reset.
Hold down. Just say it.
It does involve a hose as part of the overall process. That is true. Although I suppose it always does down in some of those chambers. You see Harlow talking to somebody that you don't recognize.
Harlow?
And anyway, that's when I was like, oh, yeah?
Did you bring us a new friend?
Yes. Oh, I didn't bring her, but she came on her own. But I'm so excited for you to meet her because we were in a band together forever. And anyway, this is Blina. Blina,
And
this
you
is
are
Bunny.
Bunny. Definitely. Of course.
Everybody knows Bunny.
She doesn't
Yes.
shut up about you. Every time there's a new video on your fans only, I hear about it.
She sends the link to everybody. It's actually pretty embarrassing, but it's very nice to meet you. I love band members.
Thank you. And I'll come in for a hug. And as I kiss you on both sides, I leave like traces of water on your cheeks.
Bunny would completely misinterpret that action as you lean in to kiss her and would turn her face to meet yours, just so you know. Just 100% clarity here.
I'm into it.
That's
Just a quick peck.
That is important. We didn't actually describe what Bunny looks like.
She looks much like this. Tiny little horns. Rarely clothed, but I hear Twitch really prefers it that way. And of course, hooves.
She does have legs like a deer. Sort of those reverse facing hooved legs. Yep.
I've never received complaints.
Definitely not from me.
And what does Harlow look like?
Oh, well, she's a very large, very tall, very majestic looking flamingo with the peacock fan just full out. Not the female ones, the male ones, because they're more colorful. Oh, you mean how I actually look?
Yeah.
All right. She looks like a kitty cat. She's like a calico, but like with white fur and lots of but she's like rainbow colored with a big fluffy tail.
Perfect.
But how humans see her is pretty much like this: blue hair, lots of tattoos.
Perfect. Yes, please continue.
Harlow, you should invite more friends.
Yeah, the more the merrier.
I was just saying we should have a reunion of Pixie Fire and the Pussycats. Have you heard our latest album? I mean, latest. It was released a few years ago, but
it was a few years.
What was it called?
Oh, blue skies as they fall. It was in this time when I was trying to be a bit more existential, and I think that's why it kind of flopped. I look at Harlow like, what do you think?
It was much more artsy than our previous album, Puke Factory.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. People weren't ready for that whiplash, I guess.
No,
but I just need
no.
to express myself how I need to express myself. You understand.
I think I might
Exactly.
have stripped one of those songs at one point, but I don't know if I own the full album, so I'll have to search for it when we're done.
Yeah, there was a dance version of that album that I'm sure made its rounds in the clubs.
Gwyneth, as you are walking through the museum area, kind of fingers idly tapping on your phone that lays silent and hasn't rang in some time since your access was denied, you feel a familiar breeze comes blowing through and dried leaves move along the ground, which you know is the surest sign that your friend has arrived.
Yes. Perfect. Is there anyone else around?
Not that you could tell.
Great. The second I sense those elements around me, I am like, oh, yes, you're safe. There's no one here. Come on. I'm so excited to get to talk to you.
All this time, and I'm still not accustomed to somebody enjoying my company. And you do see she fades into view, as she always does. White and ghostly and semi-transparent, but you can make out just the hint of a smile on her featureless face. And she looks down kind of almost shyly and kind of has her hands together. Thank you for coming for another visit, Gwyneth.
Thank you. I mean, it seems that you have honored me with the visit, so I should be thanking you.
I've come to tell you about something I've seen coming for you in the near future. Oh, no, that was the wrong turn of phrase. That won't happen for some time. Visitors, adventure, excitement, running and screaming. Probably not death, though, tonight.
Could you clarify? There was a bit of a roller coaster of events there.
I apologize, Gwyneth. It is difficult how I see things. Time is twisting, always.
Right, so there's adventure, there's excitement, there's good things, there's screaming, there's someone coming for me.
Yeah, friendly coming for. Not friendly coming for is sometime later. Happy things tonight, mostly. Oh,
Nice.
until it isn't. But yes.
Thank you. This is so helpful. Honestly, this is I'm not even sure that I mind much more if it's good exciting or bad exciting. This has been the most boring period of time in my life, and I've lived for centuries, so that's saying a lot.
When you say, I don't mind if it's good exciting or bad exciting, just for a split second, you see that she starts to solidify more there, and you can make out just the slightest hint of olive skin, raven black hair, and a circlet crown on her head. That she's just nodding while she's listening to you, and it's like she's coming more and more into view, and it's almost like she realizes it, and you see it fades out again. And
do you want to come with us on the adventure?
Oh, I don't think I would be welcome where you're going. I'm not welcome many places.
I can get anyone into pretty much anything. So
You know, that is so funny. Bunny said something very similar, and I didn't understand what she meant at the time. She's very influential as well, right?
yes, have you been visiting Bunny?
Who hasn't?
I have attempted to make the acquaintance of all of our new guests, but I think so far only you seem to truly understand me.
Yes, well, we have a connection, so.
She reaches out and she takes both of your hands, and you feel like somebody holds your hands, and she says, "We do. I wouldn't let anything happen to you, Gwyneth. Could I give you just one piece of advice?"
Of course.
I know it might sound strange coming from me, and she does motion towards her fairly blank face. She says, "But you're going to have to trust each other to get through this one, okay?"
After what we've been through, I think we've established a little bit of trust.
I think you have as well. Tell me, why did Dugan make me look like a cartoon frog on the surveillance system? Is that how I appear to you?
No. Quite honestly, I think Dugan isn't as skilled as he thinks he is.
So few mortals are. I remember that overconfidence. Oh, one last thing. Who's your favorite celebrity? Is there any person of your world or the mortals that you find particularly fair?
What a strange question. I mean, I guess I'm quite keen on the members of that, K-pop boy band everyone's always talking about.
Yes, behind the scenes, I think they're called. I will pass along this information. You should go. There is one visitor here. There are multiple visitors here, but only one of them has been revealed so far.
You?
No, I'm not a visitor. I live here. Find Dix. He might be about to talk you into some trouble.
And I should trust him to do so.
She just sort of like looks for a second and she says, "It wouldn't be any fun if I told you everything, Gwyneth."
Right. Listen, before you go, I know you said you were going to pass on information about the boy band thing. Just don't tell my friends.
It will be between us.
She needs her mystique.
And she stops for a second. And, oh, hang on. Check something here. She looks down for a second and she holds out her hand. And there is a small chariot with wings and a sunburst on the front of it. And she holds it out to you. I think this will be useful inspiration for you later.
Thank you. Haven't been given a gift in a very long time. This is too kind, really.
You see a full smile sort of appears on her face now, and she says to you, "On the other half of tonight, when you are done, come back. I would share more with you, my friend."
It's a date.
And you actually see like eyes appear and like widen for a second, and then red come across blushing cheeks. And she says, "I shall look forward to it." And dissipates.
As she dissipates, I literally pull out my phone to instinctively put it in my calendar, and I'm like, I'll just remember it then. It's fine.
Dix, Deep in the bowels of the Axis, it becomes difficult to keep track of once you start going down those stairs, or you just get in the elevator and hit a button and then you're somewhere else. There is a fist fight taking place in front of you in one of the fighting pits between a hulking blue troll in what looks like a very small and lean human looking woman, but you deeply suspect she's not human at all. And as they are throwing punches at each other, a boggin is walking by. He is small. He's very small. He's about 5 foot tall and nearly 5 foot wide, wearing a little tuxedo, and he's got a tray, and he's like, place your bets, troll or the Brujah, walking through the crowd.
I'm gonna make my way over to that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And under the guise of placing a bet, I'm going to see if any other bets have made their way into his pockets that might need to be lifted.
You can absolutely try and rob the dude.
I mean, that's a much harsher way to put it. I'm just helping lighten his load.
Give me your dexterity plus larceny. I got too many versions of this game floating around in my head. So is larceny one of the skills that you currently have?
Yes, it is.
I thought it might be.
Let's see. 1, 2 crits, 3, 4 more successes, 5. So 5 and that was at 9. Has that worked?
Dix, you sort of bump against the guy and clean him out. You could have taken his underwear if you wanted to. Sort of like as you're moving through.
I'm gonna careful where you're going, buddy. Just think guy over there wanted to bet.
Yeah. Thanks. You gonna get any on any of this action? I mean, I know he's twice her size, but she's fierce.
You know, I'm not really a gambling type. You know, I'm a straight shooter. You know, I gotta keep things above board, especially since recent events. But you know what? You go take your bets. I'm just gonna like start drifting off like in the middle of the crowd.
Enjoy the fight, friend. And he does move through the crowd. As you sort of move through, you hear a voice behind you say, "That was smooth, Dix."
Do I recognize the voice?
It sounds like Gwyneth.
Oh, thank you. Like, I'm surprised you were able to catch it. I mean, I don't win the Quick Fingers Awards for nothing. What are you doing down here? I didn't think you liked this shit.
Why wouldn't I? And you turn around, it's her.
I mean, that's a fair question. I hadn't really considered that. You just don't seem to like that kind of stuff. What do you better be watch yourself though. The people that are pickpockets down here, they take your stuff.
She goes, anything I've got worth taking isn't in my pocket, Sticks. And then she just taps her head.
Right, yeah. You feeling okay?
Fine. Do I not look okay?
No, I mean, you know, you look fine, I guess. You're not being, beautiful as always. I'm just.
It's been so long since you and I have had a chance to catch up properly. Could we find another room?
Yeah, and I'm gonna try and lead her the way where I can pick the most pockets on the way out.
She leans in and she says, "The little one's gonna clean his clock. It's always the little ones you got to be worried about."
Like you 100% sure? Like you just Rain Man'd that?
I mean, not 100%, but 85.
Oh, that's really good. Hey, guy, I want to put all of the money on the little. I changed my mind. I'm gonna try and wave that guy down.
Oh, yeah. How much you putting down?
like this much. I'm just gonna hand him everything. I just
There's like
from him.
all these different increments of cash. Some of it is still in money clips. There's like it's just like a stack of money you put on there, and he just goes, "Oh, well, you must know something I don't know, friend."
I just got a friend that she tells me that the little fighter's like way better or something. So like, you know, I trust her implicitly. You can just drop the winnings, you know, up in my room. So I'll see you later. And I'm just gonna walk off.
He's like, "Sure thing." Is you walk out, Dugan. A panel pops loose in the ceiling, and you see a cable come out, and you hear shouting and cursing of Dugan up in the ceiling working on something, Dix.
Gwyneth, just give me 1 second. Dugan!
Yeah.
What are you doing? The place is broken again. I need you to fix it.
I'll be right on it. I'm just, I heard a knocking up here in the air conditioning system, and I wanted to check it out first.
Can I stealthily throw a dagger to like cut something that'll make him fall?
Yeah, you could try. Just Dex and melee. Yeah.
Okay. Wait, plus melee? Oh,
Yep.
Boy.
Mm-hmm. Again.
3.
But to say being good with your hands is a strength. You throw in Dugan, you actually see a knife pop up in between two of the ceiling tiles, and then boom, you fall straight down. And you see Gwyneth looks and goes, "I guess he can come." Hi, Dugan.
How'd I get down here? With the you threw the thingy. I was almost gonna fix the thing. It's been bothering me for a while. Been hunting it. It's like it moves. It's like there's a knock, and then I fix that, and then it moves on down the train. Anyway, I've been working on it all month. You just knocked me out. I gotta start all
heck,
over.
I'm sorry, man. Like I thought you were stuck. Like you know, it's kind of like a just reflex. I was saving your life, like I did that one time in the alley. Remember how I saved your life? You remember that?
Yeah, you know, you're probably right. Yeah, that's fine. That's
Gwyneth,
Dix,
Gwyneth,
you know what
Gwyneth puts her hand on you, Dix, and she says, "That's why we can always count on you, Dix."
Yeah, that's right. That's what people say about me, is that you can always count on Dix. People
still
say
looking
that.
for my screw drill, eh? Hey, Dugan. No, I'm Dugan. Hey, Dix, did you know that if you're in chat right now and you type in ! QTS, you can be entered to win a set of Die Hard dice? Did you know that?
You are not supposed to be live streaming from inside this facility, Dugan.
Hey,
I'm gonna
I got my monitor right here. I got all the cameras.
Those are my exclusive rights, sir.
No, I don't broadcast that stuff. Yeah. Anyway.
You got to know the password.
I know it, but I kind of hacked the thing. I tried to, but my screwdriver didn't do so good with the mechanicals of the device.
You see another she pokes his head out. He's beautiful, and he holds his phone up, and he says, "Sorry, what was that I was supposed to enter into chat to win?"
Oh, hey, yeah, that's QTS.
Exclamation
like I'm a
point.
cutie.
Cutie. Oh, no, I get it. I sure am a cutie. And he turns and goes back into the fighting ring. You see Gwyneth reaches over and she opens a door, and she looks inside, and it's dark, and she goes, "Here should be good."
Storyteller, real quick.
Yeah.
If I were to have a panel that showed all the cameras in this here facility, because I've kind of been working towards that, would this Gwyneth type person show up as a cute little anime character on my screen here?
She does not show up. You know what? Okay, so here's the thing about knockers. Again, there is something wrong with everything you make, but it does work. You make the thing, it's just something else is wrong with it. Give me what dice pool have you been using for your construction? You've been using craft?
Yeah, craft and intelligence. And then I have my master craftsman thing.
Give me intelligence plus craft, because it stands to reason you got this filtered by type. You've met a few things out in the streets in New York, so.
Yeah, there's a lot of dice.
Mm-hmm.
6. That's 6 successes with 0 crits.
The person in front of you does not register as a fae. It registers as a vampire.
Oh, hey, Dix. I'm not sure that maybe we should. You're a vampire. You're a vampire.
I'm not a vampire.
She turns and looks at you and goes, "Dix is a vampire? I didn't think that was possible."
You the vampire. Sorry, Dix, I'm really trying on this secret thing, but I couldn't keep that a secret. This a vampire.
Oh, Gwyneth, when did you become a vampire?
Okay, wait, just come in here and we'll talk all about it. And you see she turns and walks into that dark room.
Yeah, I don't. That seems like a bad idea.
It's Gwyneth. I trust Gwyneth implicitly.
No. Look at the thing. It's not Gwyneth. It's a vampire. You see, I did the stuff, and you gotta trust me, man. Like, it's a vampire.
Could Gwyneth have become a vampire? Because she is very private about her own stuff, and maybe you just a big secret you just let out that she. I'm going in the room. You get everybody else. I'm just go ahead and I'm gonna walk in the room.
Right, Dick walks into the.
Oh wait, don't go in there without me. And I'll follow him in.
Dugan's gonna come in too. All right.
Yeah.
Without
I'm ready.
Without having notified any of the others. Excellent. Meanwhile, upstairs by the bar, the museum area is just off of this bar area. So you all see Gwyneth come walking out, and she looks, for the first time that you've seen in a while, actually kind of excited. Gwyneth, you do see Bunny and Harlow with this blue-haired woman that you don't recognize.
Is it me now? Am I Gwyneth now? Do I get
You're really Gwyneth, yeah. The actual Gwyneth, who may or may not be a vampire, no one's checked, is upstairs departing the museum now.
Great. I have a I strut straight over to where I see my friends at the bar. And I'm like, I just interrupt the middle of whatever conversation you're all in, and I say, not that any of you asked, but yes, I have a date tonight. I have plans. I have something in my calendar. I have something to do.
We can finish our conversation about choking etiquette later. You say you have a date?
Take a week to recover. What?
I'm sorry. Have we met? Is this a new person?
Hi. Where are my manners? I am so sorry. This is my friend Blina. We were in a band together, and this is Her Majesty Gwyneth. I curtsy.
Beautiful. Hello. Oh, and then I do exactly the same. The deepest curtsy I could possibly muster.
Curtsies for Her Majesty.
Thank you.
Pleasure to meet such royalty.
Thanks, Harlow. Yes. What did you say your name was?
Blina.
Blina. So you have more musical talent than Harlow, or?
Oh, yes, of course. I mean, Harlow taught me everything I knew about playing the sax through her meows, but
clutching my pearls at what I think might be an insult.
Of course not. Here,
but Blina's very talented. Blina's very talented.
Let's take a portrait, and I start to focus my camera on you to just start taking pictures.
I'm gonna kind of lean over towards Gwen for a second and just say, "Do you remember that soundtrack that I played to scare the roaches out of the room?"
Yes, but I can't talk right now if my portrait is being taken. My mouth.
Even though you look good in any lighting, you've got to stop doing that.
Yeah. What about the sound?
You've been playing our music here?
Oh, I made the connection. I got it. I made it. It clicked. I'm still thinking about my date.
Once a month.
Yes. So good.
Put us on the posters. Oh, man.
Also appeared in not one, but 2 of Bunny's movies.
You didn't tell me that. How are you keeping all this information hidden inside?
I forget sometimes.
Also, to be fair, most people have been in my movies at some point or another. People filter
You can't keep track. There's so many.
While this is going on, I kind of grab Harlow by the arm and sort of pull her away from the crowd a little bit, and I'm like, Harlow, dear, can we trust this person?
Oh, yeah. No, I've known her for a long time. No, she's a very dear friend of mine.
And you trust her with your life?
I do. Absolutely. She's a sweetheart.
Gwyneth,
I know.
I was about to say, remember, you do know if you ask Harlow a direct question, she will not tell you the truth.
I didn't say she might not, she needs to earn her friendship. But once it's there, true friend to the end. You just gotta look your way.
I've gleaned everything I need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I 100%, she's got my blue check mark next to her name. 100%.
Stop dodging the question, Gwen. Who's your date with?
Oh. Well, I don't want to name names.
That doesn't really matter. Is there room for one more?
This is a private affair.
Apparently, it's turning into a party.
Stopped me in the past.
Not a group date?
No. It will be if we ask long enough.
Do we get a rose at the end?
Sam is always up for fun, and I pick up my.
Where's Dix? Has anyone seen Dix?
Stavro.
I mean, who hasn't?
Dix. I don't think I know Dix. Do I?
Our friend Dix. Have you seen him today?
He was going to pickpockets again.
I think I saw him in the Jello pool.
While you all are talking, the barkeep, his name is Nate, but everybody calls him Blue because he's blue. Blina, this is actually unusual. This is not something you're accustomed to. He's a very similar shade of blue as your hair, actually. Okay. Otherwise, he looks like a person. He's just blue.
Body paint here, exceptional. And I walk right over.
He looks, he goes, oh yeah. You guys were talking about Dix. I think he was down, he was dead. Last time I saw him, I delivered a round of drinks down to the fighting pits. It's a troll versus Bruja. The champ was here. So I saw him heading that way.
Okay, fighting pits, guys.
Also, hi, he does extend his hand to you. He goes, I'm Nate. Everybody calls me Blue.
I mean, you match me. It's a match made in heaven, and I go to shake his hand.
He's like, yeah. I was thinking the same. Can I get you something? Let me guess. You probably like a michelada, don't you? That oyster flavor.
Thank you. I'll take that as quick as you can make it.
He's like, pleasure's all mine. Also, micheladas are cursed drinks that should not exist. Spicy fish beer. I hate it. But Nate doesn't feel that way about it. Again, a buddy.
This is top tier RP right now. BJ being able to pull this off without crying.
It's true. There it is. I am a professional. Yeah. No. First time I had one, my buddy was like, "It's an acquired taste," and I'm like, "I don't want to acquire that taste that bad." No.
I don't need clam. I don't need clam water and tomato sauce.
It's extra good with a dash of vodka and lemon on top.
However, this one, Blina, is incredible as he slides it over across to you. And there's even a tiny sardine on a spike, like a toothpick sitting at the top of it.
That's for Sam immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I grabbed some the short straws at the bar and sipped both of them into the drink. Just immediately it goes almost all the way down.
You see, he just sort of nods approvingly, like, "Oh, all right. Well, yeah, I'll keep a tab open for you." Thanks. But that one's on the house.
Ooh, service, Harlow.
I will.
She does on occasion.
Good. I roll my eyes.
He's like, "Did you drinks for Gwyneth, Bunny,
Champagne,
Harlow?"
Thank you.
He's like, "Already had it ready for you, ma'am." And he does pull an elaborately long-stemmed glass with gold gilding. He's like, "I knew you'd want it when you came out."
Do you have anything that would travel well? I'd like to set up some body shots while we're downstairs.
He's like, I can just have somebody come do that for you. It's not our first rodeo, literally, Bunny.
That's on Tuesday nights, though.
Oh yeah, it's Saturday.
Send 3 or 4 people down. Make sure they're not human. I
Got it.
don't want to clean up blood.
No, we realized what happened the first, second, and fifth times we tried that.
You really should know better.
And no, we're learning. We're catching on. It's just it's hard to find good help.
Hey, you know when you're on spring break and you got those like yard-long
Oh yeah.
drink? Can I have that filled with champagne, a lot of grenadine, and a twisty straw?
Let me check in the back for one of the yards. I'm sure we can make it happen for you though.
That would be amazing.
Yeah,
You're the best.
your wish is my command, Harlow. And he does turn and disappears into the back.
I turn on my heels with my champagne and descend to or travel to whatever direction I know the fighting pits are in, because I need to find Dix.
As you all see her leaving, you hear Nate just say, Harlow, I found it, but I'm gonna have to wash this thing. I'll have Hollis bring it down to you, all right?
Yeah, right. I'm not very particular about it being clean and all, but if you say so.
Yeah, well, you would think in a place full of trolls and vampires and werewolves, we wouldn't have to worry about the health department, but there's still people even we answer to.
I gotcha. I ain't getting nobody in trouble over here. I'll take that one later.
Meanwhile, back downstairs, Dix and Dugan and Gwyneth walk into a black, dark room, and a moment later, the door slams shut.
Dugan, did you do
Hey,
that?
see, no, I didn't do that. I told you this is a bad idea.
Oh, I mean, the door's kind of open and close sometimes. If probably no. Gwyneth, why'd the door close?
It's not Gwyneth. It's a vampire. She's a vampire. That's a vampire.
I'm sorry, Dix. He's right. I'm not really Gwyneth. I just needed to get you in here to talk to you, but I promise you, we're here as friends. It's the Axis, after all.
I told you. You got to trust me.
Dugan, this is the last time I don't trust you. I guess are we like fighting or something now? Like, are we supposed to fight?
No, absolutely not. Although, when we raise the lights, it might be a little, off-putting. Okay?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
And you hear a deep breath, and then the lights come up, and you see 4 individuals, actually. One of them is crimson red. He's as red as a knocker is normally, Dugan, although you're aware this is no knocker. He looks almost more like a demon. With 4 long fangs, and he is immaculately dressed. All of them are immaculately dressed. Another one is green, scaly skin and almost looks like an iguana. Has a ridge of spines coming up out of his head, and he's standing there also. There is an individual who is tied to a chair, clearly bound. They are bruised and beaten and bloody, and their head is just slumped over to the side like they're unconscious. And behind them, you still see Gwyneth. She's like, I don't think you're quite ready for all this jelly, as it were.
I would like to read those thoughts and or memories. And look into her past, I guess is what I want to say.
Of this Gwyneth?
Yeah, of this Gwyneth.
How far back are you gonna look?
I guess that's gonna depend on how far the dice let me look.
That's true, yeah, because with your pool, it's always like a year and a half you can look. But yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see what the dice say.
1 hour. I got success.
Believe it or not, one hour is plenty. You see this person here, you see time moving backwards the entire time she was talking to you, and then you see her before she entered into the fighting room back in here. And you see Gwyneth, but she turns into something terrible. It is probably 400 pounds of what could best be described as raw chicken and fat.
Okay.
It is a bulbous and greasy and oozing, but it's wearing a silk shirt and a very heavy gold chain and a pair of brass knuckles. And you see it punches this person in the chair, and you hear, "You think you can just hide from me? You think you could steal from Gigolo and wouldn't have any negative repercussions? Tell me where it is." And you see the person just smiles and is like, "Fuck you. Oh, fuck me. Oh, fuck me." And he hits them, and you see they go completely out. And he just goes, "Shit. I think we are going to need a little more help, but I don't know what they're into. Oh, yeah, Dix has the hots for that uppity one." And you see this thing condense into Gwyneth and goes, "She is hot if she just loosen up a little." In turn, and then you're back.
Huh. Yeah, maybe you should keep the form because, like, Dugan might not like that. So what'd you get stolen from you?
She just looks at you for a second. And she goes,
What?
Meanwhile, Gwyneth, Bunny, Harlow, and Blina also, give me wits and awareness.
Not a World of Darkness game without some wits and awareness.
It's not.
Do you mean wits and alertness?
I do mean wits and alertness. Like I said, I got too many versions of this game floating around in my head, and I can't find.
It's all good, buddy.
Yeah, I can't find my Changeling character sheet to try and read the skills. Because not only have they changed since 20th edition, some of them varied game to game even then. So,
What do we need to roll higher then?
you need 6 or above if you're using number dice.
Oh, yeah,
6 or above. 4.
Yeah, 0 successes.
Same.
You've successfully rolled a disbelieve.
Yes.
How many was that for Bunny, by the way?
Just one.
Okay. And how many was that for Gwyneth?
0.
Wait, who said they got 4 then?
Me.
Oh, okay.
Heck,
Perfect.
fuck, you got me.
Perfect. No, I got all right. Perfect. Hey, and I got my Changeling character sheet. GG. Blina, as you guys are coming down the hallway, you very much hear like, oh, that horn ain't growing back. Yo, how is she so strong? And that is what all of you hear. But Blina, underneath that, you do hear, so what got stole from you? How did you know about that? And the how did you know about that sounds like Gwyneth from a door further down the hallway.
Do you have a twin? I turned to Gwyneth. A sister?
Oh, I wish.
I am the one. The only.
I
Gwyneth.
swear, I'm hearing your voice from, and then I gestured to the door.
Someone must be watching our movie.
Often
I don't know.
imitated.
It doesn't sound
Lena,
sexual. It sounds like they're looking for something. What?
It's a bait and switch. It's very abrupt.
Oh,
I don't know. There's got to be something to it because Blina, on top of being very musically inclined, is on account of her very, very sharp hearing.
I walk over to the door in question and put my ear up to it.
When you put your ear to it, you hear Dix talking and you hear you. It's not a very good you, though, Gwyneth. You're like, surely you don't sound like that. Your voice doesn't sound like that. What?
What? It's like me, but very stuck up. And I just like I throw open the door.
Dix, Dugan, when you throw open the door, all of you see the scene as described. You see Gwyneth with this blood red individual, this green one who looks like an iguana, this person lashed to the chair, beat up and unconscious, and Gwyneth standing behind her. Goes,
Oh,
Good,
shit,
Gwyneth.
Gwyneth, you can't do that without consent.
This isn't. No, this is.
The
I don't
vampire.
know the name.
I have releases upstairs if we need them.
Yeah, I think we're good. Like, guys, I found us another job because like I'm really good at stealing or like getting things back. Like somebody stole something from this person, and like that's just deplorable. I can't stand people who steal things.
Someone stole something from Gwyneth?
Yeah, from other Gwyneth, and we
Who are you?
Vampire. Vampire.
Oh.
You see, the other Gwyneth looks at you for a second and says, "Oh, let me try this," and immediately in front of you turns into one of the lead singers of the Korean K-pop band behind the scenes.
My face goes like blush, like beet red.
Could I interest you in a trip upstairs?
Absolutely, but work first, Bunny.
I take it we have a mutual acquaintance.
We probably know a lot of the same people, but I just felt like this would be something you'd enjoy. Nobody
just
told me.
felt?
Did I get it right? You seemed like you'd be kind of into this. There's a wild woman just under the surface there, I think.
you read it like a book. I seen that shit on her phone all the time.
What'd I tell you? I'm an expert, right? And he just kind of like pats the blood red guy and he looks at him and goes, "You are the best at this, boss. Absolutely." And he just looks back at you. He goes, "Glad I got it. Still got it. All this time, I still got it. Come in. Yeah, let's talk a little business."
Yes. Someone tell me what is going on here.
Oh yeah, hey, I was gonna send an alert to you guys, but I was making sure Dix didn't die.
Also, got to be careful around that guy. He got a little bit of a big mouth. Although I guess it was good that you tipped your buddy to what was going on, but maybe a little more subtle. Because, like, what if I was just here to rip your head off? What would have happened?
His head would be gone.
We would have got a warning at least.
No.
Because I said the vampire thing. I don't do so good with the secrets.
Well, duly noted.
Subtle's not my game.
Right.
Storyteller.
Yes.
I don't like the fact that this fella here is tied up and looking all hurt, but I don't know exactly why he's doing this. So can I use veiled eyes to kind of sneak my way towards him? And if I feel the sense that he's in trouble and shouldn't be there, can I just try to untie him?
Well, is veiled eyes stealth, or does it give you some insight into anything else?
I think that just makes me it's part of chicanery.
Unnoticed. Yeah.
Yeah, so I kind of can move unnoticed. I kind of want to try to free him up. All right. So what do I roll with that? I roll art. Plus, do I roll anything else on top of that?
You just roll the art unless it gives you a specific dice pool there. And then trying to free him. Actually, I will roll the art first, and then I'll tell you what happens.
Okay. So 2 successes for the arts.
So you think you're moving pretty stealthy. You know, you can never tell because one always believes they're hidden. Right. But when you get close, he is in heavy handcuffs, and the handcuffs are silver.
Oh my. All right.
Then he's cuffed at his wrists and he's cuffed at his ankles, and they're like heavy gauge cuffs. Very well made, Bunny.
Well, rather than try to free him up for something that I know I sure as heck can't, can I just tiptoe over to Dugan and let him know the situation that he's in?
Sure. What are you can whisper in his ear. What are you gonna say to Dugan?
Yeah. I say, Dugan, the dude's all shackled up in silver cuffs. What do you think that is?
There's probably a lupine.
Oh, well,
yeah, well, no, that's not good. That's pretty not good
at all.
You see this guy, he's like, okay, I know you guys are busy, so let's get down to business. This fucking guy, and he does grab him by the hair and pulls his head back. And he's like, stole something that belongs to me.
That's deplorable. That's just deplorable right there.
And he doesn't want to tell me where it is. And word is, you guys are pretty good at finding hidden stuff and recovering secrets that are supposed to be lost.
Yeah, don't tell anybody that, though.
Can I look into this guy's past?
I am known far and wide across all the lands of how wonderful I am at finding all the things.
Blina's just nodding.
What was that you said, Dix?
Could I glance back into this guy's past?
You could try. Yeah.
Storyteller, do I know anything about Gigolo?
Gigolo is very well known, even in outside of kindred circles. You can
he's a businessman, so
yeah.
I feel like maybe we would have interacted on some level.
You can give me wits and streetwise to see if you know who he is.
Oh, cool. That's not a lot of dice.
You also, if anybody wants to try and figure out who the guy in the chair is, could give wits and streetwise. So for either of those things, 4. 4 is enough with Gigolo's level of fame. He runs speakeasies. You've performed at some of his establishments, speakeasies, pop-up parties. He's mostly into smuggling. You know, he is very influential in the drug trade on the east side of Central Park.
Okay.
So yeah, you've done business with him for certain, but you also know that he's a Nosferatu. Which you know enough about what that means, even though you aren't kindred. For the most part, he's not someone you want to be on the wrong side of.
Okay.
What was that? I saw at least 1, 3. What was that? Anybody? 4, 2, 4, 4. For those of you that get the 4s, this guy is not a face that you immediately recognize, but it's tough. He's very beat up. I mean, eye puffy, black eye, busted lips. So it's hard to get a good look at him. But he by no means jumps out at you. It's like, hey, that's that dude. Hard to say. I will say, however, all of you give me perception checks. You all can. Not very perceptive, huh, Dix?
Can I use my? Am I looking for details here or more?
Yes.
Okay, great. I'll use my specialty.
Yep, a specialty and details would apply. 1 for Gwyneth. Gwyneth, it's terrible. He's gross. I mean, it's just like that. Yeah, right. 1, 1, 4. Another 4.
Barely going. Look at him.
0. Bunny.
Yeah, I got nothing.
0.
Blina, thank you for joining us, because apparently the narrative would not have advanced otherwise.
We're really good at finding things.
World of Darkness.
I said, I find all the things.
It's like trying to get a cat to look at itself in the mirror. I know. They're like you are looking at this guy here, Blina, and based on the amount that he's bleeding and the fact that the wounds don't seem to be healing very quickly, he is probably a human, or at least probably not a lupine. Dugan said out loud that that's a lupine. Probably not. Maybe. You're not an expert, but probably not.
A mortal? I say, like, kind of under my breath.
You see, Gigolo looks at you and it goes, yeah, a mortal tried to cross me. Can you imagine?
That seems exceedingly stupid.
I like you. I like all of you. Let me be clear. I'm here asking for help and I'm ready to pay for it.
At that, I would have subtly started to utilize grandeur when I recognized Gigolo as Gigolo, because I really would like to not die. That would be super swell. So that's.
Roll it for me. And that makes you, what exactly does your grandeur do?
It means that those affected are clamoring to please me, essentially.
Perfect.
And that is 5 successes.
Do they get an opportunity to resist this?
And anyone affected by the cantrip must spend a willpower point each time they wish to contradict, accost, or attack the changeling. So I think it just happens.
Perfect. It's similar to Majesty. Got it.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. You all feel Bunny sort of stands up, squares her shoulders, and turns on Bunny. And you see all three of the Nosferatu kind of fix their eyes on you for a moment. And he says, I understand that you guys can, you got a way that you can get into people's dreams or something like that. I think this dude is trying to hide from me in his own mind. Maybe you go in there, poke around a little bit, find out what I want to know, bring it back to me.
What is it worth to you?
I mean...
Look at me. What is it worth to you?
You see he lets go of the guy's hair and he just walks over and stands in front of you and he's like, what's it gonna cost? I know you don't necessarily just need money with some a recent market rollout that you've experienced. Bravo, by the way. It's always good to be able to make some above board cash.
I think I speak for my companions when I say that what we need more than cash is protection. We need to be able to leave this place. I don't know if you've heard, but one of our grand adventures put a little bit of a target on our back.
I think that could be worked out. I've been told you guys are laying low. You know, it is my job to know things. I'm going to
kind of reach up as he's rambling and like run my fingers along what is still Gwyneth's cheek.
Oh no, he changed into one of the lead singers behind the scenes.
That's right. That's right.
He's a tall, handsome Korean man currently.
You know, ultimately better than Gigolo. I'll sort of run my fingers along his cheek and say, there's no ifs, no possiblies. There is yes and there is no.
You do this for me and I'll make sure you have the finest protection available in this world or any other.
Very well. Does that sound amenable to everyone?
He holds up his hand and he snaps his fingers and 5 more people are in the room.
On brand.
Yeah, but I also want a PS5. You can't get one of those right now.
I will buy you a PS5.
Yeah, what's wrong with the place I made for you?
It keeps shocking me like I want a normal PlayStation.
The sharks are not intentional?
No.
Can I do insight on this guy? Like, how nefarious is he?
Yep. You absolutely can. Give me your, you can give me perception or wits in your insight.
4.
Actually, I think that's well, never mind. So many versions of this game. I think it was Kenning at this version, but still same principle. And that was how many? Sorry,
4.
You don't sense any deception. You are sure that he's dangerous, but you get the distinct impression that a deal's a deal.
I'm up for any adventure.
We can do that afterwards.
Now, what you all, as changelings, are quite aware of is, yes, you can enter the dreaming, and it is a place where all people go to dream, but you would have to find this guy in the dreaming, and more importantly, you have to find a place where you can access the dreaming. It's not like the lupines, where they just need to look in a reflective surface and can enter the spirit world. You guys need to find what is called a trod, which is a specific place where you can get in. That being said, you do know the axis connects up to all manners of different planes of existence if you know where to go to get in.
Right. Isn't that in the basement of this place?
You see, he turns his head towards you, but doesn't take his eyes off Bunny. And he says, probably. I got to tell you, I don't know how you guys do that stuff.
Who is it that we are supposed to be finding?
He motions towards the unconscious guy. Oh, he's asleep. Trust me.
And you say he's a stupid mortal?
Yeah, well, he's not that dumb. I mean, he was dumb enough to cross me, but he's smarter than he seems.
They're all pretty stupid. Can you give us a description? Any scars, funny moles? Somehow we'll be able to identify him.
He snaps his fingers again, and the green Nosferatu tosses something to you, Dix. When you catch it, it's a wallet.
Just a wallet? Nothing.
Mhm.
Okay.
I mean, when you look in it, there's a driver's license, and it says Anthony Stevenson. It's got his address, and there is a face that looks probably like this guy when he's not beat up. He's good looking, but relatively nondescript. You know, he looks like he could probably pretty easily blend into a crowd. He's 28 years old.
So tell me how a green newborn baby human was able to infiltrate and steal from you.
You see, he just sort of smiles and he says, there's an unfortunate occupational hazard for what we do that we can't do it by day. So on occasion, I need couriers.
And so he stole something from you, and you're trying to find out where that thing is. Yeah. What is this? Is this another thing that's going to cause like literally the world to fall around me? Is the last mission did? Because we're kind of I don't know about the rest of you guys, but we have a lot of guns pointed at us, and I know you said like you got all your fun vampire friends that can protect us or whatever, but like there's already a lot lot of guns.
Did you not see the 5 people just appear?
Yeah,
You're never alone with the North on your side.
Yeah, it's a valid. With all due respect, Bunny, if I may, if I have your permission, ma'am, it's been a complicated time in New York. A lot of moving pieces, a lot of moving parts. Like I said, it's my job to know things, and I've been kind of trying to keep a track of what's happening. And no, as far as I could tell, if you were to know what I need returned to me is not going to cause another world war. However, I'm going to need that guy. And he points at Dugan not to go running his mouth about it. Otherwise, then we got a different set of problems. You know how that goes.
Dugan run his mouth? Never.
Yeah, look, I've been working on a workaround where, like, if I tell a couple people, then it's not a secret no more, and then I don't have to tell it.
It's kind of like a loophole. Like a legal
loophole.
Yeah.
I mean,
Also,
you guys...
I think Dix is just a little apprehensive because he's not used to people just handing him their wallets.
Yeah, it's a little kind of freaking me out, just a little bit. Yeah.
He's like, oh, no, this guy wasn't handing it to you. We just took it from him. So if that makes it feel, does that help you like soothe your moral quandary that he already been robbed and now it's given to you?
Yeah. That's we're good. I get, like he said, loopholes and stuff. It's a weird thing.
Yeah, we got some weird quirks we got to work through.
Yeah, you vampires would not understand the difficult life that we live.
I do not even remotely begin to imagine that I understand any of you, but one way or another, the word on the waves is you get results, and that's what I need. He's trying to hide.
It's probably, we have our work cut out for us. It's probably already pretty far gone.
Well, then you should probably get a move on. Like I said, he pushes his head back. He's like, he's trying to hide from me somewhere. He thinks I can't get him, but you can.
Yeah. Well, you should probably leave so that we can get started then, don't you think?
I mean, how does this work? Do you just like jump in his head or something? I thought you had to.
You ever seen Lord of the Rings? Like crossing mountains and shit like that?
He just sort of nods and he goes, I'm assuming you're giving me your word that we got an agreement, Bunny, and he extends his hand out to you.
I seal my agreements a different way, but I think for you a handshake will do just fine. And I'll shake his hand.
I look forward to certifying that agreement later. And he stops and he looks at you, Gwyneth, and he goes, you're really hot if you just loosen up a little bit. You know that, right?
He's still the BTS person.
Behind the scenes, a legally distinct band.
I just go, can you say that again, but turn around and walk out the door?
He leans in a perfect, lightly Korean accented English that I will not attempt to duplicate.
Bless you.
You are very beautiful once you relax. And he does turn and leave.
Will
Yeah,
you
just
please make sure
smile
you
more.
take all of your friends with you?
As I say, I'm gonna pull out my knife and just kind of quickly and then put it back. Okay, looks like we're good.
Hey, did you get them all?
When
got it.
he leaves, they do all turn and walk out. In here, having to figure out how to locate this man in the dreaming is a good place for us to take a little break. So we'll do a quick 10 and then jump back in. See y'all in a minute. Don't go nowheres.
Don't eat
Also,
mine.
what do they enter in the chat to join the drawing there?
I
already
think it's
did
already
it.
over. Yeah.
Is it over? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there'll
Perfect.
be another one once we hit 500.
Hey,
Yeah.
another one coming. Perfect.
Woo!
All right, we'll be back in 10.
The name of Bunny's next video. Another one coming.
Hello, and welcome back to our Changeling the Dreaming epilogue benefiting WAVA. I mentioned again, thank you so much for your generosity and your donations there. Again, every little bit counts. Every single dollar counts. It all goes to a good cause that is literally not just changing lives, but saving lives. So if you have the ability, please do donate. If you don't have the ability, even if you don't have the ability, signal boost. Raise awareness for it. Let people know what we're doing here. Let people know about WAVA. And I'm going to give it to Shar real quick to give us one more blurb about the good work that they are doing there.
Of course. Yeah. Hi, everybody. WAVA Rape Crisis Center. We serve survivors of all marginalized genders, whether they be two-spirit, trans, non-binary, cis or trans women. And we provide hospital accompaniments, police accompaniments, court accompaniments, so that survivors never on any step of their journey of healing have to be alone. We do a nationwide crisis line that accepts calls worldwide, free of charge, 24/7. And we do one-on-one counseling, $35. If you could donate $35, that provides an hour of our crisis line support for survivors. But even if you just have $5, that brings a survivor to and from group therapy for free.
I mean, that's huge. You can be making a meaningful difference in someone's lives while they're going through one of the toughest things that anybody can. So please help if you can. Thank you very much. And with that, back to our story. So you all are left here with the unconscious form of Anthony Stevenson, still very much shackled to this chair. And as far as you can tell, all the Nosferatu have cleared out.
I'm gonna, if there's anything around that I can tie him up with further, because they just apparently left him here. So I'm just gonna like make super sure he doesn't go anywhere and wake up to cause trouble.
As you are looking again, these are heavy chains that are silver. And he is tied to a metal chair that apparently is rooted into the floor. Very good construction, Bunny, to tell you the truth, now that you actually look at it. If he is, in fact, just immortal, he's not going anywhere. And they didn't seem overly preoccupied with his escape.
I'm going to
Yes.
slap him just to make sure.
I was gonna do that.
Like,
Do it
just
anyway.
to be positive. Not because I enjoy it at all.
Right.
The other cheek.
Yeah, it's the only way. You know what? Give me either your dex or your strength plus brawl.
Okay.
Or performance, Bunny, because again, this is it's not just a
It's a special skill.
it
My
is.
performance and brawl are the same, believe it or not.
I mean, I literally believe it.
That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 successes.
Bunny, you slap this guy hard enough that his head swivels all the way to the side and just goes limp again. Like, he's not faking. Like, no, because if he were conscious, he would have tensed up more. Again, you're aware of pushing people's limits. He's out. Not only is he out, he might actually be borderline comatose now. Like, they've done a number on him. Actually, Bunny,
Yes.
give me how would you know this? And there is no advantage mechanic here. Give me your perception or your wits and your alertness, Bunny, or your kenning if you've got ranks in kenning.
Why are you choosing all these things I suck at?
I said if. Again, you're used to being seen, not seeing. They did raise the lights eventually, so
Okay.
it's there's lights on now.
2. Which was all the dice I got to roll there. So
No, but that's fine though. Bunny, I will just say, because again, you've been around the block. You are an expert in human fortitude. You realize, although he's immortal, there's a chance that the Nas have given him something to make him a little more durable. You're familiar with the concept of a ghoul. So
Okay.
he's still a living, breathing man, but he's taken a lot though. It's not guaranteed. Like he's taken a beating that probably would have killed someone else. He's simply comatose.
I am satisfied. He is unconscious.
Storyteller.
Yes.
Would we know, as changelings that very much know all about the dreaming,
Yes.
done this several times,
Yes.
would we know if there's anything that we can do to the body to make it more easy to find, like in the dreaming, like using my thought was using Kindle or my Pyretics bunks. To heat up the metal on the handcuffs. It doesn't do much. It makes them uncomfortable. That's about it.
So things you do to his body won't necessarily affect it. It's really what was more kind of at the forefront of his mind when he went unconscious. There's a very good chance he's dreaming about vampires right now. What I can say is, having acquired his wallet, having his driver's license, having maybe a couple of pictures that are tucked in that still people very much do in the year 2021, even though we've all got cell phones, you know enough about him that it might help you narrow down where he is. It is difficult to navigate the dreaming. It's just the reality of it, especially because it's nighttime right now and lots of people are sleeping. But it will make it easier to find him. Yes.
Shall we go then?
Yes. I mean, whatever everyone wants to do.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Someone mentioned the basement?
Oh,
When-
yeah, Blina, you're new here. The access has pathways basically everywhere, so anywhere you want to go, you can get there through our basement, including hell. But I wouldn't suggest going there. I don't feel like it's going to be a good time.
Not hell, Hades, the afterlife, Hades.
It's all the same to me.
Traveler's dream.
Definitely not dressed for it right now.
You know, when you open the door, a cool breeze blows down the hallway and you see dried leaves blow by.
I think we should head in that direction.
Do
Is it
all of
always-
us?
Oh, yeah.
sense the
Oh, yeah,
leaves?
no, you all see it. The wind and the leaves are real. It's physically there. Just blows by.
Dix is incredibly paranoid that it's more Nosferatu, and he just grabs the knife and throws it behind him. Okay, just making sure.
This is so ominous. It's like fall is coming.
No. This is a
Right?
friend. This is a friend.
It's like a spooky ghost person.
Oh, okay.
Are we sure that's a
Ooh.
friend?
I'm from the other side, like that kind of thing.
Ah, so this is just ambiance, is what you're saying.
I'm gonna elbow Harlow. Is this the date?
Is she taking us on a group date?
Oh, no, it's the 27th.
The ghosty person.
This is
Woman.
called making an entrance, and you are all ruining the entrance.
Well, if you had told us, we wouldn't have to have this conversation on the site.
I apologize, Your Majesty.
I just down the rest of my oyster cocktail and just set the glass on the fucking floor. Scoop up Sam. Let's go.
You do see right at that exact second a red-skinned woman. She is not blood red like the Nosferatu was. She's almost more pink. Comes around the corner holding a very long yard of champagne with a curly straw. And just kind of goes like, "Ooh, chilly down here." Also, where did you want the body shot set up, Miss Bunny?
Does she have it in her hand?
She has. So you see, she's actually holding between each finger 2 shot glasses, and has the bottle just like balancing on her palm. In the other hand, she's holding the yard.
As we're passing her, I'm going to take one of the shot glasses out of her hand, put it in her cleavage, and go for it, and then just say, "I'll be back for the rest later."
But I will take mine right now. You're right on time because, man, looking out at this, I need a drink right now.
She does hand you the yard, and she's like, "Oh, I love this job. Looking forward to it, Bunny." As you all descend, it is true, especially Blina, you having not been in here, the access is cavernous. It has the makings of being somewhere between a very upscale country club and a hotel. It is walks the line between cozy yet generic. And you notice every once in a while, the way the leaves are blowing changes slightly. Like you'll come to a hallway and they blow one direction or another until finally you come to a door that is jet black and painted with stars.
How pretty.
I think that's where we're meant to go.
I'm just sipping through my straw. Look.
I picture it making that noise that straws make, like the.
I was trying to, but there's still too much liquid in this. So, maybe next time. You have to use your imaginations.
Theater of the mind, straw noises.
Exactly. Exactly.
Fantasy.
Straw noises.
There is one thing that all of you, except maybe Blina, because this isn't something you're thinking of, especially with you all laying low here. Theoretically, there might be other changelings in the dreaming, and you all are actively hiding right now. So that's something to be advised about and before you enter.
Hey, Dugan, can I know you changed the hair, but out of all of us, well, maybe Bunny, but out of all of us, you're like one of the most recognizable guys. I mean, you look at you.
Yeah. Well,
Can we put a mask on so you don't get us got in the dreaming?
No, I did that last time. It wasn't very comfortable.
Can I use veiled eyes on somebody else?
I don't believe so. I think it's personal only. A higher level version of it probably lets you mask other people.
When we go into the dreaming, though, will we lose our?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll look like our non.
Yep, you look like your true selves.
Okay.
All right.
However, when you open the door, presumably you do open the door, right?
Oh yeah, I go for it.
It looks like it just stretches off as far as you can see. As you look back, it's like the doorway is standing in the middle of nothing. Although you look through it, you can see the axis, but there's just this cavernous space all around it. And you see vehicles. You see all manner of things. You see cars, you see planes, you see incredibly improbable steampunk era battle tanks that covered in weapons and somehow inexplicably have chainsaws on the side. You hear the whinny of horses, and immediately, right when you come through the door, Gwyneth and Dugan, you immediately just feel exhausted. It's like gravity is 3 times heavier in here. It's just like, every single step is just murder. Whereas Bunny and Harlow, you're fine. Blina and Dix, it kind of feels like maybe you're walking at elevation, like the air is thin. You're capable of moving around, but it is like you feel like a little lightheaded.
Okay. Do I have a tail now? Am I a seal?
You tell me, in fact, what exactly do you look like? We'll start with you, Blina. Now, here outside of your mortal seeming, what do you look like?
Yeah, so as long as I'm wearing my seal skin, I would have a tail. Like my legs would form into being like a centaur, but not a horse, just like a seal tail. She's got webbing between her fingers now, and her eyes are like whole entirely black. And her nose sort of like upturns, kind of like otter-like here. But my question is like, can
Yes.
I walk?
You're capable of movement in here, yeah.
Okay,
Which,
great.
by the way, you've all entered the dreaming before. This is something you're accustomed to.
Yeah.
By the way, like it's not like something's wrong. It is very difficult to move under your own power for she and for knockers. It is very easy for satyrs and pukas, and it's somewhere in the middle for selkies and piskies. Hence all the conveyances.
I have a quick question.
You can ask it, but then I'm going to ask you something.
Oh, well, then you go right ahead, Mr. Storyteller Man.
I won't forget my question. Please pose yours first.
I was just gonna say this is what people see when they're dreaming. Yeah.
It's all dreams are happening here. Yes, so far.
Cool.
You guys are very much on the edges of it, but yes.
How many bunnies do I see around?
Well, so far you have not entered your dream. You were just in the dreaming.
Well, but I can't be the only one to dream about.
Oh, well,
So-
no, there's more bunnies up in the dreaming. Trust me. Yeah, you're kind of on the outskirts of the
I'm
dreaming.
just wondering how much I'm gonna blend in here, because if there's a bunch of me, then I'm totally safe.
Well, that's an important follow-up question because people are dreaming about the bunny that they see in the videos, but that's not the bunny that stands before us.
It actually is
Well, free from your mortal seeming, what does Bunny look like?
exactly like Bunny in her mortal seeming. Exactly like Bunny. She walks around in the mortal realm with her full-on fawn form most of the time, unless she's like at a restaurant. And people just credit it to really good costuming and CGI. People are freaks, man.
Well, the rest of you all look
No
massively
kink shaming
different. Yeah, it's, Bunny is still Bunny. Speaking of massively different, what does Dugan look like in this place?
Oh, hold on to your butt. So Dugan is very unpleasant to gaze upon in the dreaming. So he's got like this gross red skin that's like real thick and like long nasty arms with black talons at the end of them, and he just kind of looks disproportionate in every way that he turns, and it's like weird joints, like he moves his arms funny, but then his face is like stark white with rosy little cheeks. You know, I got these great cheeks. I get complimented on my cheeks every time I go somewhere. And but pale white with some swirly stuff on his cheeks, on his forehead. But yeah, just gross. Not attractive.
And about as far removed from that as possible, what does Gwyneth look like here?
It's think of the mortal form of Gwyneth as the baseline, but essentially turn the dial on all of her features so that we venture into uncanny valley territory. Like her eyes are bigger and farther apart and just seem to have this like silver sheen to them. There is a luminescent glow, basically, like that you can see coming from her skin at all times, and her silver hair looks like moonlight, and she's just the most unreal, beautiful, but scary looking creature that you've ever seen.
Perfect.
Also, long pointy ears.
Long pointy ears. And what does Dix look like?
Yeah, Dix is I mean, he still tries to blend in as much as he can. But I want to remind everybody that Dix has a 5 in appearance, and that carries over into the dreaming.
Oh my, I'll keep that in mind.
I would say in his mind, at least, whether it plays out or not, he looks largely the same, but he has those clothing that like with the little tassels that seem to like gently just constantly undulate in the wind.
It's you are a bunch of lookers, especially because recall one of the things about a Pisky is he always blends in. So everywhere you go, he looks like he belongs there. And in this place, that's what he looks like. And last but certainly not least, what does Harlow look like?
Full on Technicolor Triceratops with a sideways mohawk.
What does everyone else see when they look at Harlow?
It's a Frank kitty.
Literally a chibi kitty about like.
It's about right. It's about right.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
I lost Blina's camera. I can hear you. Does anybody else see her? Because I don't see her.
I see
Yeah,
her.
I see her.
Oh,
My
I don't.
internet has been unstable, but I'm back now. I don't. Hopefully, you can see me.
Well, as long as you guys can, I'm not going to risk rebooting or
Yeah.
refreshing the page, but I cannot see you. Okay, perfect. I don't know. Could you turn your camera off and turn it back on?
Yeah.
Have you tried turning it off?
It's true.
Turning
Turning it out.
When in doubt, jiggle the handle.
Did that make a change? No.
No, I have you in the call, but I just see your logo. I don't see a
Oh.
camera, but that's all right. If you guys can all see her, then it's something with me. So I'm gonna leave it alone. Gwyneth, as you are standing there, something catches your eye over in the corner of the room. It was hidden until you look at it. In the light that you are giving off, it is revealed. It is a very large bronze chariot. It looks like it has wings coming out of it, and there is a sun painted on the front of it. It is much larger than you've seen in the museums. It looks like it could easily accommodate 6 people.
Friends, our ride is here.
So
I
fancy.
don't see my chair anywhere. But are you sure?
Yes.
Well, all right.
Actually-
Let's get going.
When you say I don't see my chair anywhere, you do see the bedazzled original model sitting parked in between a plane and a tank. Is the chair is sitting there.
I immediately start in that direction.
Gwyneth, as you walk towards the chariot, you see 4 spectral horses just shimmer into being in front of it and just sort of look at you and kind of like bow their heads.
Yes, thank you. And then I climb up and get into the chariot and take the best seat.
Does anybody else get on board the chariot?
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
I do. I kind of climb up and find a nice spot, do a little circle, and then do that thing, the making muffins thing that cats do. And then I just get really cozy.
As I hear a cat echo in the background, it's perfect timing.
Yeah,
got-
they're around.
We got practicals. We got Foley here. Perfect. Does Dix get on board the chariot?
Yeah. I mean, if it looks stable, I'm just gonna like probably go up to it and do like an animated like. Yeah, it seems pretty sturdy. I guess this will work.
And Dugan, is Dugan gonna get on the chariot?
Oh yeah, but first I gotta check out the wheels and the shocks and maybe like just as everybody else is loading up, just make a few modifications because
Dugan,
No.
this chariot is fine the way it is.
I don't know that you're the expert on chariots, yo.
When she says this chariot is fine, you notice all 4 horses look at you and like a coal blue light starts to glow in their eyes as you like reach towards the wheels, Dugan.
Okay, all right. I guess maybe I won't, but I'm gonna keep an eye on it.
I pull out the little miniature chariot and I say, "Here, have fun with this one."
Oh, okay, yeah, no, I can do that.
Important question: who's going to take the reins of the chariot? Because there are reins coming off the horses that are just draped over the front of it.
Should
Would I-
definitely not be me.
Would I
thought
be
it
able
was
to use
just
animal
drive
pen?
Well, theoretically, what was that you said there, Gwyneth?
I just thought it would drive us. I just thought it would go.
Somebody has to tell it to go.
Mm.
I mean,
Yeah, no, I would lovely. I would
Yeah,
love
no,
to
I mean,
try
me
this
and
thing.
Dugan got this, no problem.
If there's a riding crop, I can probably help out. But if that's absent, I'm not sure what I would do.
Blina, as you are looking at these horses, give me your either wits or intelligence in either enigmas or grammar.
ooh. Okay. Not my best. 1. 1.
As you sort of come up and you're like, oh, who are these sweet baby horses? Who wants a carrot? You are aware these are not horses. They look like horses. They're not horses.
Okay.
Yeah, they're chimera.
Oh. Do they still want some pets or no?
With only one, they're not interested in pets.
Yeah, that's fair.
they're ready to get down to it.
All right, I enter the carriage.
All right. So as you guys kind of walk up and grab a hold of the reins and kind of hit it, you see immediately they start thundering out. And as you guys are moving through the darkness, you see it starts to get brighter and brighter and brighter until it opens up. And you can see what looks like New York after a fashion. The buildings are all very brightly colored, similar to what's behind Harlow, but they are cascading in almost hallucinogenic, and they sway slightly. You see the Twin Towers are still very much there, like they were before. In fact, they seem like they're actually taller here in this place. Overhead, you see people flying. You see monsters. You see Godzilla and King Kong are fighting in the middle of downtown, where all of this is going on while superheroes are flying around doing battle. You hear race cars and spaceships, orgies, in every manner of a crazy experience that people could be dreaming about in the city of New York all sort of hits you all at once as these horses go thundering down the street heading towards town. And Blina, as you're attempting to communicate with them, a single word echoes through your mind. Where?
Yeah, where are we going, everybody?
I was gonna say, do I have any inkling, or do we, I guess, collectively have any inkling where we should be headed?
Can I just hold up the wallet of the guy and show his picture?
Oh yeah, we got an address.
Bunny.
They aren't bloodhounds.
Oh, they're also not horses. Bunny.
Yes, dear.
Roll for me your glamour dice. However many dice you got for glamour.
Yeah, that's a lot of dice.
Seven?
Yep.
Crit or no
Wow.
Crit.
Bunny, as you kind of find yourself, as everybody's discussing where you should go and these horses are thundering forward, you find your mind starts drifting towards what you want to see in here. What would Bunny's dream look like?
Oh, I don't know if that's a question you want to ask.
Oh, it is, but we might get banned for answering. But still, what is
Probably very similar to a lot of the orgy dreams that people are having, except if you took all of those dials and cranked them up to about 15 to 20, where bodies are actually merging together and coming apart and merging together, and it's like an ocean of flesh.
As these horses are thundering forward, all of you start to see that. You start to see.
Sorry, guys.
And a huge smile just comes across Bunny's face. As I'll allow everyone else to fill in the gaps there, but it does involve chains and mortal humiliation because people are into that.
My ears definitely like do that thing where and I perk up and I'm like, oh yeah, I was in that one. And I just go back.
Yeah.
I too now am doing the kneading thing, but it's a very different gesture coming from Bunny.
Yeah. It is a literally physically impossible scene playing out around you as the chariot thunders forward. Harlow, roll for me your glamour dice.
Oh, well, I'm not as glamorous as Bunny is, but I will absolutely try my best here. I got 2 critical successes. So 5 successes.
Perfect. Harlow, as you sort of like lay your head down there, kind of comfy out of all of this, what does Harlow's dream look like?
Well, Harlow's actually having a little bit of a nightmare from the time where her and Blina were doing a concert, but somebody had the idea without telling me that it was a laser light show. And so I just kind of start freaking out because my head's darting here and there, and I just start running for all these different places and trying to catch them, and then I can't. Every time I try to uncover, it's not there, and I run for another one, and I can't catch up with these lights. I don't know what they're doing.
You all see this. The sea of hedonism sort of gives way to a laser light show and a rock concert that you think would be awesome, but you see Harlow lost trying to catch all the lasers, and she can't. And here in the chariot, well, how does Harlow react to seeing this playing out?
My claws dig deep into the seat as my spine curves up and my fur all jumps up, and my head just keeps darting around looking at the lights.
Yeah, it is a very abrupt shift from the reaction that you were getting now into this here.
You know, I liked Bunny's dream a lot more.
What do the rest of you do when you see Harlow clearly starting to freak out?
Oh, immediate pets.
Yeah, that's
going to give her
usual.
stitches behind the ears.
Are we there yet, Dugan? I'm bored. I'm used to constant entertainment now.
Roll your glamour dice, Dix.
Oh no.
Let's see. I think I may not have reset this. What is the starting glamour by default? Is it 3 or is it?
I think starting glamour's 5, actually. Let me double check.
It's a mix of
I have
stuff.
5.
It's
I know you have modifiers that get added to it, but
we'll call it 5, and if I see something different in the meantime, I'll change it. Does anybody have less than 5 on their sheet? I think it's 5.
I do. I think I only got 4.
Yeah.
Then it's 4 then.
It's
I say, I
probably
know
4 because reasons, though.
oh, I
Yeah.
have a +1 to it, so I'll say 5.
Okay.
3.
What does Dix's dream look like? I would say at 3, it is probably closer to the negative end of the spectrum, although it may not be a full-blown nightmare unless you want it to be.
I think it's just an endless, like it's not quite the nightmare, but just one of those frustrating dreams where you never get what you want. So he's like, just people whose pockets are empty, unable to be picked. Like you see shiny objects, but then it turns out like, oh, it's just a little bit shiny liquid. They spilled something on themselves. Like it's one of those sort of things, just over and over.
Like silvery bubblegum wrappers. And
Yeah.
Yeah. And
You're in that cartoon desert, and the oasis is never real.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, as you hear him say, I'm bored, you know, and he turns and looks, and you see this scene playing out before all of you. It is Dix, and he can't get no satisfaction. He reaches out, and they're never quite there. You know, he reaches for pockets. They're sewn shut. They're decorative. Decorative pockets are bullshit. Everybody knows this. You know, it's just awful, Dix.
This is embarrassing.
Blina, roll for me your glamour dice.
Alrighty. Oh, dice down. Damn it.
Floor dice don't exist.
Yeah. 2. Shit.
Same thing. That is going to be more towards the unhappy dream end of the spectrum. You tell me what happens.
I mean, Harlow was bringing up the oasis, so that is definitely this of like the desert. There is no water here for Blina to frolic in. Like parched tongue.
Then you all see this. You see what looks like an otter lost in an endless sea, still inexplicably beset by laser lights, as you all are starting to experience a shared nightmare. You're
Why can't you all just dream about fucking like normal people?
I'm trying.
It is like the band is simultaneously bombing while also in a desert, while also beset by a laser light show, while also full of people in attendance that Dix can't rob.
Monsters.
The worst of all worlds is coalescing here.
Go back to
Gwyneth,
mine.
you're like, turn this chariot around. Gwyneth, roll your glamour for me, please.
You got it. That is 3 successes.
Perfect. 3 is enough. What does Gwyneth's dream look like?
Gwyneth's dream is all of the higher ups from corporate are basically making like a coalesced anime style into like a human or not human, an inhuman throne that Gwyneth is seated upon with a glowing golden phone in her hand. That there's just like this dreamlike flow of data of all world knowledge just coming into the phone in her hands, and then at her side is Dix in a tux, like holding a tray with champagne glasses.
Perfect. And as you see, she is sort of like smiling at this scene that is kind of emerging out of the desert as you all are riding along. Dugan, give me your glamour.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Oh boy.
Oh yes.
Boy.
I like where this is headed.
Hey, I got 3. I got 3 successes.
What is Dugan dream about?
So this one's on the better end, or like the
Yeah. It's about right down the middle. However you want it to be.
Dugan's all about getting those, when that gear lines up just perfect. That's like orgasmic. You just like you're putting that thing together, and you get that one connector that just fits right in that other connector, and the machine just comes together. So first, it starts off like this big weird like orb of weirdly shifting pipes and different mechanics, and then a different version of the chariot shows up, and it's like, oh yeah, oh fuck, I know exactly what I'm gonna do to that. And then all these pipes just start coming out of the way, and it just connects in perfectly. And then the chariot gets bigger, and then it starts like shooting flamethrowers at the front, and then like out the back, this big music starts blasting, and you can see the notes as it's coming off the back end. And I'm like, yeah, nothing goes wrong.
And it is kind of like the fantasy brackets of Bunny and Dugan's experiences here, as he's looking at this chariot, just like, yeah. And as you all are standing here alternatively experiencing the highest highs and the highest lows of your dreams, the chariot just stops. Like the horses don't slow down. It's just like they're running, halt. And you all are standing at the base of a very large black building. Not the tower near Central Park. That actually, you notice when you look over, you see the skyline. That tower is about as tall as the Empire State Building, and there are black clouds and lightning all around it. But it is some distance here. This looks like it's maybe a 10-story building, but as you look up, it seems like it just sort of like warbles and distorts as you are looking up. And the horses just kind of stand there.
Sorry, this is not. You said not the one in Central Park?
It is not the Black Tower outside Central Park. You don't want to go in there, or even in the Dreaming. Probably
we were told
more in the
several
Dreaming.
times that it would kill us. Like,
yeah, you probably more don't want to go there in the Dreaming. You also don't want to go there in the Shadowland. You just don't want to go in the Black Tower. Actually, yeah. That is not this. This is just what looks like a black apartment building. Maybe like a rundown tenement.
Who dreams about shit like this?
Yeah, probably a shitty human that stole some shit from people that he wasn't supposed to.
Right
I
when you
forgot he
say
was
that.
human.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. No, please.
I forgot he was human. Do you think I can beat him in here too?
Right when you say that, around the corner, you see a gang of children riding big wheels that are on fire. The wheels of the big wheel are on fire. The children aren't on fire. And they're like, they've got bombardier goggles on, and they're like, yeah, yeah. And they come riding their big wheels in your direction. There's 3 of them, and they're in formation.
How like sturdy do these children look? Because those big wheels are looking pretty dope right now.
You're gonna rob children in their dream. Yeah, they look like they're probably about 5 or 6 year olds. Yeah.
Magical flaming big wheel, yes, please.
They are coming your direction. Yeah.
I'm gonna ask. Is this a problem? What I know in the dreaming, is that a problem when children?
Well, okay, so it literally everyone comes here when they dream. Yeah. Like it is objectively a place in the spirit world, but it is where humans come when they're asleep. Children's dreams are the wildest because they are unencumbered by like logic and stress and a lifetime of being told what not to do. So by their dreams being the most unpredictable, they can be the most fun, but they also can be the most dangerous because it just the switch flips and their minds go where they go. So the concept of riding flaming big wheels down the middle of Main Street in and of itself is not dangerous. It's just kind of rad. But yeah, right.
Am I able to? I mean, they're coming to us, right?
I will say you also know you are able to interact with the stuff of dreams. It's possible to take it from them, but the dream might shift.
I see.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I see Dick's eyeballing one of those big wheels, and I'm like, "Say no more, fam!" And I'm just like ready to swat at one of these kids.
What are the rest of you doing as these 3 kids are coming your direction?
I'm gonna try and like trick of the light something like shiny coins on the ground to distract Dix from these poor innocent kids.
Perfect. Well, does he? Well, first roll your trick of the light. Let's see how convincing it is.
Yeah.
I pull out a notebook and start making notes.
2.
Oh, the flaming wheels. That's good shit.
Gold coins start appearing. I mean, it's objectively metal. Yeah. Gold coins start appearing all over the ground around you, Dix, but they're not the equal of the flaming big wheels, though.
Just for my knowledge, we can't just like Neo in the Matrix style, like control the dreaming or materialize things here the way that humans can when they're dreaming, I guess then.
There are specific arts that let you do that exact thing that I don't know that any of you possess. Otherwise, it is kind of the fact that you keep your consciousness and context of the fact that this is a dream is sort of the main advantage that you've got.
Hey guys, these kids look cool. Like maybe they've seen the guy, so I'm just gonna start walking towards them.
Harlow, presumably you're going with him.
Oh yeah, I'm there. Just ready to pounce. Just say the word.
What are the rest of you doing as the 2 of them head out towards these kids that are riding their big wheels in your direction?
Does Dix is the one that still has the wallet?
Yeah, Dix has the wallet.
Do we know which of these buildings belongs to the person we're? Or
well, the chariot went right up to this one. Like, okay. I mean, it and stopped.
I mean, I'm gonna try to get y'all's attention again and just be like, can we focus? We have one singular task to do here, and the sooner we get it done, the sooner we get out of here before anyone notices that we are here.
But I really wanted a big wheel.
Yeah,
Dix,
it's on the wheel's on fire.
Harlow, I will get you a big wheel when we return to New York, and I'm sure Dugan can set the wheels on fire for you.
Yeah, but it'll be our next here right now, and I get to knock kids off of it, and it's on fire.
Yeah, waiting is really hard, though.
Also, Bunny, they're human children.
Oh, well, that changes everything.
Yeah.
You know, I was gonna like stay on mission, but if there are humans around, that changes everything. I'm gonna go with Dix and Harlow.
So, I will say, here's what you all do know about the dreaming, especially with kids. Also, I appreciate you trying to stay on task there, Gwyneth.
Valiant effort.
They are defining the dreaming, not you. However, if you can steer their minds in a given direction, then that's how you influence the dreaming. It's not that like you make it change, but you're like, it'd be real rough if you started dreaming about a pink elephant, you know, like that's how you affect it. Yeah. But yeah, these the kids are here imminently. What would you like to do?
Guys, don't worry, we got this. You see, what I'm thinking is the kids are approaching. We inception this guy. We pull up on the flaming big wheels.
So I beat the
Tell him his
child
life is in
until you
danger.
tell them to find the man in the picture?
Or maybe, yes.
Why don't
Yeah.
we show them the man in the picture?
I will prep the clothesline
I
a
am-
kid.
Harlow's very much of the opinion of fuck them kids. So I'm ready to kick one of them off the big wheel and use that to find this guy.
Harlow and Bunny both give me either strength or dex plus brawl.
Happily, darling.
These
I've
aren't
been waiting.
real.
I've been waiting for this moment.
I'm like, this is
I
not
get to
actual.
roll 6 die.
This is not actual violence against children. They're dreaming. This isn't going to hurt them at all.
Exactly. No one's getting hurt.
Also, I wouldn't
Yeah.
have done it if you hadn't told me, B-Dave. So
That's it.
this
I
is your
just-
fault.
hey, trust me, you're gonna see how it works out here.
I say while they are
I was
rolling,
right.
I think I want to, in Dix's mind, he wants to walk over. I don't know if he can affect his appearance, but he wants to look like the coolest dude these kids have ever seen as he's approaching.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Harlow and what is it, Harlow?
I got 7 successes.
Perfect. Bunny.
So can I? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
5 with a crit.
Okay. So here's what happens.
Someone clip this because it's gonna be good.
We're on the front page. I have to adjust accordingly. Okay. For this
You're about to clip this kid.
purely pretend theoretical sequence of events. You, Dix, put your glasses on and you do just look like the coolest guy slow motioning down the road here. And the kids look at you and they're like, yeah. Oh, it's right next to you. Harlow turns into a gigantic flaming rainbow cat and bounces onto one of the big wheels. And Bunny turns into this towering satyr who reaches down and just pie faces the other kid off of theirs. And they like lay on the ground there as the third one just rides right up to you with the big wheel and looks up at you and goes, "Do you want to join our biker gang?"
Me? Just to be clear, me?
Yeah, to Dick. Yeah.
Kick him.
It just comes out like this roar.
Now listen here, kid. I can tell you're a smart kid. You're pretty cool.
Yeah,
If you want to be this level of cool,
I do. Yeah.
you're gonna need to find this guy and bring him to me. He is in the Anti-Big Wheel Association, and he's the president. And he's not far. I'm going to point back towards the building. But we can get him, and we can end it here, and we can ride off into the sunset with explosions going off behind us.
We heard about the anti-big wheel people, didn't we? And he turns and looks at the other kids whose eyes are dinner plates looking at Harlow and Bunny.
I'm making my kid hit himself. Like I've got him by the elbow and they're just slapping themselves in the face.
You very much hear the, "Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself?" And this little kid is like, "Ah, ah." The other one looks up at you, Harlow, and it's like, "This is the best dream ever. Can I ride on your back?"
Here's my answer to that. And I lift up one of my legs. I just feel
Oh, no. you see, right when Harlow goes to kick her leg up, the first kid is like, we'll do it. We'll do it. We'll do it to show that we're cool and nobody messes with the big wheel crew.
This is before I do it.
The moment you lifted and you're like, I got your big wheel right here, the kid's not there, Harlow.
All right, I slowly lower my leg.
The three of them are standing by the front door and they're like, yeah, we'll go show this guy what's what. And suddenly they're all in leathers with like overly greased hair, like kids that only saw like a little bit of like 50s greaser movies. It's like their mom was trying to tell them to go back to sleep type thing. One of them vaguely looks like John Travolta, you know? And they're like, we're gonna go get this guy because we're cool. And reaches in his sleeve where he has a rolled up pack of gummy bears that he peels.
I'm just with my paw. I'm just like, oh, you poor dumb baby.
And they're like, we'll be right back. And they turn and they run into the building, leaving the three flaming big wheels behind.
I'm getting on the big wheel.
Oh, yeah. I got my eye on this one.
As you sit down on it, you realize you're much bigger than the kid, but it just fits perfectly, Dix. And it's swank. It's nice. It just like contours to you, and it like hums when you put your hands on the steering wheel.
They call me Big One, big wheel leader. The leader takes number one position. You guys
like 10-4, big one.
Does
I think
anybody?
Big is being a little generous, don't you?
Does anybody get on the third flaming big wheel? By the way,
Not a chance in hell.
a second later, you hear ah, and the three of them come running out very fast, and like, okay. So we're all super cool and tough and everything, but there's like some terrible stuff in there. So if we're just gonna get on our big wheels and go, okay? And all three of them pile up on the third big wheel like a totem pole and immediately peel out and scream down the street. The first kid's like pedaling the big wheel in the other direction.
Goodbye.
Should we be concerned?
Well, it makes sense that he would be dreaming about vampires. So children and vampires must not get along.
Right when you say that, inexplicably, there is a flash of lightning. And in the window, you see a very hunched over form of what looks like Nosferatu from the old movies that dramatically turns and walks away.
Yes.
Right.
Are we all done here?
Yeah, I'm good.
I didn't get to do quite as much damage as I would normally like, but I suppose they were children, so.
Well, from this moment on, I need everyone to be focused. We have a very important task at hand. We are in danger as long as we are here. And when we get back and we finish this job, maybe, just maybe, we can get to a place where we can all ride flaming big wheels. Do you all understand? And
10-4, Big G, I'm ready.
Yeah, it's really good to have you back, Gwyneth.
Yes, Dix. Dugan, sorry. Yes.
Is it safe to assume that Gwyneth there is slightly distracted by what's going on during this whole big wheel encounter?
Pending what you're trying to accomplish, yeah?
I just noticed that the attraction of everybody's eyes is elsewhere, so I figure that's probably a good time to soup up this chariot for when we leave.
I will say, if you do try and do that, the horses are very much still keeping an eye on you, and they don't take too kindly to it if you go try. You could try, but the horses very much see you.
Yeah, I just want to make it so the wheels flame for my buddy Dix there.
Go ahead and roll it.
Hell yeah. Only 6.
Secondly, roll your glamour, because things work different in the dreaming.
Oh, that's not good. And two successes.
Gwyneth, actually, Blina, our guest. So we're here. Wait, you can't hear me, right? Because remember, I can't see you.
I can, yes.
Here, so remember, knockers, when they do something, it works, but there is a fatal flaw to it.
Yeah.
An unrepairable shortcoming. However, you're here in the dreaming where time, space, and physics aren't necessarily a thing. So Dugan has successfully put flaming wheels, and I'll even say you could make the wings on the chariot light on fire too, if that was your goal, Dugan, which looks very metal. But now something's wrong with the chariot. You tell me, Blina, what's wrong with the chariot?
Well, if it's on fire, these wheels aren't gonna last forever. I mean, I don't want to strand us here, but that's just point A, point B.
The wheels are on fire, but the wheels are literally on fire. Okay.
All right, guys, we don't know what's going on in there, so just in case, if you could all come close for a minute, I'm gonna cast Wind Runner so that everybody can fly. Just in case. I have to see for how long though.
Perfect.
That was a very dramatic spinny die. Can I spend a willpower on this roll?
You absolutely can.
I'm gonna do that.
To re-roll up to 3 of your black dice.
Okay. Then can I spend one more?
Yeah, you actually
I don't know how
can.
many you can spend in a turn.
Blow all that willpower.
There we
Yeah,
go.
as many as you got to. Yeah, because there's no negative repercussions to being stuck in the dreaming without any willpower.
No, I'm glad that that's an official stance from B. Dave Walters.
Everyone understand.
That's 2.5 hours then.
Perfect.
That we can
But
fly for.
in time is weird in the dreaming anyhow. You see Dix just sort of like holds his hands out and you all feel yourself come up off the ground slightly.
Oh, that's cool.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What's happening? What's happening? That's my fur all like this.
This
You
was
can
like
fly
the
now, no big deal.
anti-gravity chamber.
Immediate loops of the otters just everywhere around everyone.
It is a majestic creature. Speaking of, what does Sam look like in here?
Oh, Sam's a real otter now. He's full on otter. He's got like a bit of like green mist that follows him around, kind of like algae looking. Cute as hell, but intense claws. He's my fighter if I get into a scrap.
He's a river wolf. Yes. Perfect. And you guys from inside the building, you hear like boom, 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 slam inside.
I'm guessing that's him preparing to piddle himself.
What would you all like to do?
I follow the noise.
Yeah, I think we need to go in there.
You head in?
Spreading out or
do the
sticking
thing.
together?
Yeah. You're all, yeah. Are you spreading out or are you going in as a unit? Giggity.
Can I
As an absolute
fly
unit.
with
Mhm.
the flaming big wheel?
Yeah. Yeah, you can fly with the flaming big wheel.
That's happening.
Yeah.
As we're about to undergo whatever it is that we're about to do, I just kind of get everyone's attention and say, listen, I know we've all had our fun. I am holding back from enforcing protocol, if you know what I mean. But I think it's very important that we all trust one another. Everyone understand?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah,
trust
that
you
was never
implicitly.
a problem.
Do you want a safe word again? Say
I don't need
pineapple
one.
if
You know what?
need
It's
help.
fine. Let's go in.
The
Let's go
safe
in.
word is pineapple. When you
Always.
say that we need to trust each other and everybody's like, yeah, okay. You notice the dark in the hallway start to light up some. And you hear very dramatic noises as something is moving away in the darkness. And as you guys go forward, you see it like brightening more and more and more. And as you move into the stairwell, you see the light continues to expand. And all through, something up ahead of you is moving to get just out of the light. Go away, he's ours.
No.
Yeah, what she
No.
said. No.
No, he's ours.
As you move forward, you hear, are you guys here to help me?
We're here to rescue you.
Oh my
name's
God.
Han Solo. I'm here.
My
to
name's
rescue-
Hanso. Damn it.
Han Solo's here to rescue me. And immediately you all shift into stormtrooper outfits, legally distinct troopers of the storm outfits.
Mhm.
No, and I start taking off armor. This too much.
You notice every time you take it off, there's more under it. Like it's impossible, Bunny. Like how many chest plates could you be wearing?
Just
And yet-
kidding,
Why does my
it's Bunny.
Why does my voice sound like this?
Yeah. You're pretty short for a stormtrooper.
I am as I am made, sir.
Is
Threw a
you
knife at the darkness.
As you all move, and again, this light is still expanding. You all see a light goes all the way out to a door at the end of the hallway, and it is room 1701. And in front of it, you see a red Nosferatu and a green Nosferatu. One that looks just like a hunched over demon with long distended jaws, and the other one looks like a crocodile. And they're against the door trying to like shy themselves away from the light. You can't have him. He's coming with us.
That's fine. I just have a question. They say that they'll let you go if you tell us where the thing you stole was.
You're supposed to be here to rescue me, not give him the thing.
Yeah, it comes with us too. They just want to know.
Where is the item you stole?
Where is the item you stole?
But don't you guys supposed to have like blasters or something? And when he says that, you notice on your hips, you've all got blasters.
Oh, hell yeah.
They're not approved for close combat.
When you say they're not approved for close combat, the hall gets twice as long. You guys are further
guys,
away from the Nosferatu.
I think we just lean into this, you know, and
there, like, a lock?
Dugan just starts shooting.
Yeah, I'm shooting too.
Yeah, you just start shooting. What was that, Blina? Sorry.
Sorry, is there a lock? Like, or is it just these two Nosferatus guarding the door? That's it.
Well, they're between you and the door. And the moment she says they're not used for close combat, they're much further away from you
Okay.
now.
Great. Well, I guess we're gonna have to fire a fucking lot of shots to land one. Let's go.
You notice these weapons are horrifically inaccurate. You are like pam, 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 and you can't see anything through these helmets. But
Can I run
eventually,
up and hit one of the Nosferatu with the gun? Just like physically assault him with it.
when you do that, you pull up the gun and it lights up into a legally distinct plasma weapon that slices purely through the first one. What color is your legally distinct plasma weapon, for the record, Bunny?
Purple, of course.
Yes. And
I know what's good. Don't be weird about this.
Wait, is that Bunny? The hilt of your weapon turns into a very different implement that you're quite proficient with as you slash through the other one as well.
This is much more my speed. So anyway, the door will unlock when you tell us where that thing is.
Right when you say that, the door just swings open.
Fuck.
And you see back behind the couch somebody hiding.
Come with me if you want to live.
And he like hops up and literally vaults over the couch and comes just like running up to you. And it is the man that you saw from the picture, but better. He's got like this very sexy scruff. He's like carved up. He's got a bandana tied on his head and a Bowie knife in one hand and a revolver in the other. And he looks at you and his voice is completely different now. He goes, I thought I was going to have to mess those guys up, but thanks for taking care of that for me, Bunny.
Yeah, no problem. We should go.
Hang on, I gotta.
I mean,
get
my
to the verse."
hero! And I like fake faint into his arms.
And he very much slows down, and you all see wind starts blowing through the hallway, and a soft light comes in through. And he puts the pistol away, and he goes, "Oh, don't worry, Bunny. You're never gonna be alone again. With this, what I got, we're gonna save the whole entire city. You want to see?"
Yes, please. Anything.
When he says that, on the table, a laptop flips open.
Great. And then I'll get up and walk over.
You try, and you feel like, for the moment, you kind of don't want to, actually. It's just, I want to lean into this for just a second. Like, I mean, he's actually a really good-looking guy here, and he smells so strong.
Plus, if there's a laptop and anybody's trying to get to it, me and Puka Form's is gonna very much block their view because I will be right in front of that screen.
You just sit on it. You're like, what?
Yeah,
why?
you're sitting on the keyboards. What? What do you want?
Gwyneth, is all of you look at it, it's symbols that don't make any sense. They're in an odd green script that seems to be scrolling down the screen when you look at it. But Gwyneth, when you look at it, it makes sense. This is a techno-organic language that even some of your own data was compressed in. And you are aware of exactly what this says. It says across the top, the Order of Reason. And it is a list of names of technocratic agents that have been reassigned to New York City to help bring order in light of recent chaos for the glory of mankind. And that is a good place for us to stop. Because unfortunately, we got a hard out for some of our people. So yes, you have a technocracy burn list.
Gee, I wonder who those individuals could be.
It's almost like we're going to find out on April 16th when we play Mage the Ascension, and these wonderful people have chosen to play agents of the technocracy. That now the Fae and the Nosferatu know your names in advance. So
shit, if only we failed.
And the best part about this is you guys got no reason to try and keep that a secret.
Yeah, it's not really our strong suit.
No.
Nah.
So, yes, some of us are literally about to have to bounce for another thing here in 2 minutes. And I know QueueTimes has another stream coming up today. Thank you all again for supporting us here. Thank you for all of your donations. Please stick around and support the stream for the rest of the day. You know where you can find all of us. So I'm going to give it over to you, Shar, to give one more explanation about this wonderful cause that we're all here supporting.
Yes, thank you so much. Everyone, your donations are going to WAVA Rape Crisis Center. We serve all survivors of sexual assault that are gender minority. So if that's trans, two-spirit, non-binary, cis women, trans women, you name it, we got you. And we do hospital accompaniment service, police accompaniment, court accompaniment. We have a nationwide 24/7 crisis line that accepts calls from all over the world that's free of charge. And all of your donations are helping support survivors of sexualized violence. So if you can, donate. If you can't, please spread the word. We're going all weekend long with streams around the globe supporting survivors. And I have news that we've already passed the 10K goal. We're at $12,000 right now.
Hey.
We just hit 500 here. Like,
Hey. Thank you all
so much.
You never
Yeah,
let me down.
cool.
What was that you said? $35 buys what and 35 buys something else? Knowing a thing or two about marketing, I would say lean into that part of it of like this much money does this thing. What was that again?
Yeah, so $35 provides an hour of that crisis line for survivors. If you only have $5, you're getting a survivor to and from a group therapy.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much. That is our time because we are needed elsewhere. Thank you so much. Stick around with QueueTimes for more, and we will see y'all Friday, April 16th. Bye.
Bye.
Deuces.